Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. My name is Lacey Jane. This is Criminally Confident. And like I said, it is Tuesday, the 11th. And I'm so happy that you have chosen to spend some time with me today. I know you could be 100 different places. So it means the world that you've chosen to spend some time with good old me. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the like button, comment in the chat. Commenting is just as important, even if it's an emoji. I don't even care if it's an eggplant emoji. I greatly appreciate you helping me boost the algo. So we have been covering the Kouri Richins case, and I'm not going to lie. The last 2 days have been weird, I think is the way to put it. Not really what I was expecting. Yesterday in court, we had the judge give a motion. He allowed a motion to delay yesterday's trial. And let me get this in first. As some of you guys heard yesterday from yesterday's stream, there's a lot going on right now. I'm definitely, and this is, don't feel bad, I'm definitely not at 100%. So the brain fog is real. And I ask that you guys give me some grace. I promise, like, I'm not drunk, I'm not high, I'm not like messed up. I got 100 things going on. So with that being said, I want to make sure that you guys know yesterday they got out with like an agreement for the defense to have like all these requests into him by 6 p.m. their time. They had asked for 2 days, and he was like, "You're not getting 2 days. Are you absolutely out of your mind?" Like, and I agree. The jurors, like, it's wild to be so unprepared in that sense. And that was my impression after listening to it, that they had the information a few days before. They could have taken their time over the weekend to go over it, and they didn't. And I mean, that's just the harsh reality of being in a criminal trial. Like, when you are representing someone, you're not necessarily taking weekends off. You know what I'm saying? So it just felt extremely irresponsible and kind of disrespectful to the people who are there showing up to serve their civic duty as jurors. And so they showed up today, and there was a whole couple hours more of like going back and forth, just the counsels and the judge. The jury wasn't in the room, but they just brought in the jury about an hour ago. I'm going to let that, I'm debating. There's something I want to show you guys that doesn't have to do with today's testimony. And if it's okay with y'all, I would love to show that. Oh my gosh, we have so many people. I'm sorry. I have not said hello to everyone here. Let me do that really quick. Oh, hello, Mitchell. Thank you so much for being here. You are never tardy, sir. And Willa for you, watching from Colorado. What's up, my dude? And look at this. Valued member, beloved member from Northeast Pennsylvania. Family in Northwest Pennsylvania here. So I know you're getting some weather. Hopefully you're staying dry. And Kevin's here. He's debating what he's having for dinner tonight. I have no idea what I'm having for dinner tonight. I was thinking like meatloaf would be really good. I don't know. Wow, look at Cyber Chick. Hey, girl. Thanks for joining us. Of course, she's from Boston. Hey, if you haven't subbed to her channel yet, she is a great channel. She provides very insightful information from like a very astute perspective on technology and all things like cyber-esque. So she is far more smart in that area than I am. And I even went to her with a question last weekend that I was freaking out over. I admit it. I ain't got no shame. Oh my goodness. Kristen, cheers. How are you, love? We have Rose with Thorns. Howdy, Utah. Well, we are talking about your state today. Welcome. Love to see you here. Please remember to hit that like button. I love that you guys are commenting. It's doing me a lot of favors. So I love that. Okay. I love where you're going with this. What kind of fish, though? I'm more of like a bland whitefish girl. I don't like salmon. I don't like tuna. I wish I did because those are like super healthy for you, right? But it's not. I just can't. And I've had it made several different ways from several different places, great restaurants, and I just I can't do it. And more love for cyber. I'm so glad that you've decided to jump in here. I appreciate your support. She's all about showing other creators support. And if you've been watching me for a while, which there are quite a few of you here that have been watching me for a while, you know that this is my like standard operating procedure. I want to help other creators. I want to be in a community where we can help one another and be there and cheer each other on. So I appreciate other creators jumping in here and showing their support. Only foolish people don't ask questions. Is that like I was gonna say now the philosopher is going out of my head. It makes sense. Yes. I ask way too many questions, unfortunately. Oh, now this is right up my alley. That sounds really good. I like whitefish. I like cod. I like halibut. I like haddock. I like grouper. I do like mahi mahi. Kristen says she loves this case. I found it to be very interesting. So there is some stuff that like showed up today in court that's why I'm like going back and forth over this. Do I want to start with today's and have us go back? Where I'm at is either showing you guys the husband's old business partner, because he has some very interesting time on the stand, and the defense counsel wastes no opportunity to walk away looking like absolute idiots. So, which is, you guys know me, I am extremely, extremely careful about sharing my opinions because I tend to be, I really do think that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I'm naive like that. And I believe in reasonable doubt. And I believe in the criminal justice system. People are like, oh, you just want the defense. I'm like, oh, you must be new here. I want justice. That is my method behind this. Do today. Okay, we've gotten some requests for today. Let's go ahead. Why not? Let me pull it up. How's the weather where you guys are? Because it is, we had a tornado watch this morning. It was a whole bunch of nothing. That weather moved into like Eastern Ohio. Now it's in Pennsylvania. And it looks like it's slowing down, but it's not. It's going to hit another. If you didn't know this, I'm qualified by the National Weather Service to be a storm spotter. So I can go like storm chasing. A lot of people know about that. I've always loved weather, so I'm a weather nerd. And the environment right now, we're just going to see windbags, which is just like these walls of wind just come in and cause tornado like devastation, like EF0. And we're going to see some, I think, a few pop-up tornadoes throughout the night. So be prepared, not scared. It's what Ryan Hall y'all says. And I couldn't agree more. All right. And this on for y'all. By the way, her outfit today is just, it's atrocious. I really try to give grace because God knows I need it. But the outfit is so bad. Guys, I just can't. That sounds so dramatic. Okay. Share this screen instead. Let me put this on 1.5. I can't do closed captioning because of the fact that it is currently going on. So, okay, 44 lightly overcast. That's Chile. Sunny day in Colorado. You know, I've only been to the Colorado Denver airport. So, believe it or not, I have reached out to a few people about some storm streaming. And to make a very long story short, I would need to make a lot of money to offer to one person. And that person would then be unable to work with Ryan and Max and Evan. If you are into storm chasing, these are YouTubers that have weather channels. And I have to be careful what I say because the weather world, okay. Court hasn't started yet. I have it on the screen. Nothing's going on. Nothing's being said. I also had it muted. But the weather world is like, I don't know how the girls need to, like, it is flying. So I know whatever I say is going to get flipped and sent around to storm chasers. Like, if you look on my Twitter, like, we're close. But there's one weather YouTuber kind of turned it into a Amazon like enterprise, and the other YouTubers had to follow suit. And now I'm in a spot where I can't stream that, which sucks. My friend Chad storm chases, but he only does it on the weekends or if he takes a day off of work. He would let me use his stream, but are you sure it's my sound and not me? Because I'm feeling a little glitchy. Is that a thing? I sent you a message. Maybe that'll explain why. Can you hear me? Okay. Let me know if it screws up again and I'll unplug it and replug it in. Let's see what in the world they're doing over here. So, as you just saw, they're going to recall the housekeeper. As if this woman hasn't been completely put through the absolute ringer. Oh, okay. Sorry, Kristen. I must have not seen it.
Please have a seat as you come in.
Thank you for letting me know about the sound. Why am I doing this? This is my mic.
Please have a seat.
I'm an idiot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We'll now proceed with additional evidence in the state's case in chief. Mr. Glover.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state recalls Carmen Lauber.
Very good.
I'm real special, y'all. I was training for my job and my
Ms.
company
Lauber,
in a
if you would please step in front of her, you will get you sworn back in.
no matter which one we used.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? Thank you. Please have a seat.
What does that mean? Remember her ex-boyfriend said that. What do you
Please
mean?
have a seat. When you're comfortable, please adjust the mic so it's close.
Hey guys, have you made sure to hit the like button yet? That would help me out a lot, please. Thanks.
Probably going to need to be a little closer. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sounds good. Mr. Bloodworth, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon. I
Bloodworth.
understand the defense has some additional questions.
Ms. Lewis.
Good afternoon, Ms. Lauber.
Good afternoon.
Has anybody spoken to you about why you have been asked to come back today?
My lawyer told me I was getting recalled again today.
And were you told why you were being recalled?
No.
Okay. So nobody's talked to you about
I feel
what
so
we're gonna
bad
go
for
over.
her.
I just have a few questions for you about your probation that you've been on since May of 2023 when you were released after all of your interviews with Detectives O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard. Okay.
When I was released from Wasatch
Jail.
County?
Yes, when you were released from Wasatch County Jail, and then you were placed on probation.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, yes.
All right. So when you were released, and this is, I think we've already talked about, but just for some background, your probation was transferred to Summit County, right?
Yes.
And Detective Maynard became your probation officer.
Correct.
Correct.
And you said that you texted him every day while on probation,
Yeah, sometimes I forget a couple days.
but every day from then, like through today?
Yes.
Okay. Did you text him about everything about your probation, like your work hours and
Yes.
everything was through text?
Sometimes phone calls, but yeah, he had my work schedule through text, mostly texts.
Okay. And would those texts be available either on your phone or on his? Do you know?
They should be, yes.
Okay. All right. Now, when you were put out, or I'm sorry, when you were released and you went on probation, you signed a paper acknowledging what your conditions on release would be, correct?
Yes.
And that, well, actually, Katie, can you pull up Defense Exhibit 3014 of the witness?
Okay.
Can you see that?
She will in just a
That's
moment.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, now it's there.
And do you recognize that as your conditions of probation that you signed and agreed to?
Yes.
Your Honor, could we I'd move to admit 3014 and publish it?
Objection, Your Honor. Here's it.
These are being admitted to show what Ms. Lauber understood, correct, Ms. Lewis?
Right,
Okay.
correct.
Overruled. 3014 is admitted for the purpose of showing Ms. Lauber's understanding.
Okay. And you signed that paper agreeing you would follow those conditions. Is that true?
Correct.
Do you want me to publish these?
Oh, yes, I said that. Sorry.
Hold on.
But since May of 23, I mean, you violated these conditions, true?
I don't recall what you mean by that.
Have you violated any of the conditions that you agreed to since you signed that paper?
Which one? No.
You haven't violated any conditions?
The weapon one? Is that
I'm
what you're
sorry,
talking
what?
about? The weapon one? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm asking you. Did you violate the weapons condition?
If there was a weapon found in my room when they raided it, yes. Is that what you're meaning?
Was there a weapon found after you signed these conditions?
Yes.
So you violated that condition.
Yes.
Ruh-roh.
All right. You also violated the alcohol condition, correct?
If you're talking about where I went to a concert,
That's correct. That's what I'm talking about.
yes.
All right.
My-
So, and that was in November of 2023, correct?
I'm not sure. The day of the concert, I went with a bunch of friends.
Okay.
To
Could we
see
just show the
who?
witness Defense Exhibit 3010? And actually, you violated in October of 2023. Is that correct?
Rose with Thorns, can you still hear? So, great question. The reason why they are bringing this up is to try to discredit this witness and everything she's said in this trial thus far.
I'm sorry, so October of 2023, you violated your alcohol condition, true?
Okay, good.
I went with a
Just
bunch of
making
friends,
sure.
and my buddy who bought me the ticket, I asked him if I could pay him back. He said, no, you could just buy the drinks and snacks.
All right, and you drank the drinks also.
No, I did not.
Well, so you were seen at the concert by a detective from the Summit County Police Force,
With
correct?
Brian, yes, correct.
And you had alcohol in your hand, correct?
Correct.
And afterwards, he contacted you, correct?
Maynard did, I believe. I don't
Okay,
think-
it was
I don't think-
Detective Maynard contacted you,
Yeah, I don't think this detective did.
and you admitted to him that you drank the alcohol,
I
correct?
told him I was there with.
Okay. If it keeps,
You said you consumed.
hold on.
No, I did not. I don't recall. My,
If it keeps up like this, lagging, let me know because there's a really bad thunderstorm here, but I can always switch to cellular data to do this. I need to let you guys know if it's really bad on your end.
consumed it. No, I had bought the snacks and beverages for.
Would you look at what's in front of, actually, Your Honor, can we just publish this now? I'd be good admit. for
Objection, Your Honor.
purposes.
I think
Not-
you, hearsay.
Hearsay, yes.
System.
All right, I want you to take a look with the line that is,
And read it.
thank you, highlighted. I was going to count it. But the line that is highlighted.
Yes, I see it.
And what does that refresh your recollection as to what you told Detective Maynard?
No, I don't recall, but if it's there, I guess so.
So you did tell Detective Maynard you actually drank alcohol, correct?
I don't recall, but if it's there, I guess so.
Okay, so if Detective Maynard said that you admitted that to him, that's true.
Yes, yeah,
All right.
he said that, yes.
And in fact, you also violated your curfew too, correct? You had a curfew, isn't that true? Let me back up. You had a curfew, correct?
Yes,
You had to be home every night by 9 p.m.
yes.
And you violated that also when you went to the concert, correct?
I don't recall if I stayed the whole concert. I did not stay the whole concert. I left early. So I
So,
was home at 9 o'clock, probably not exactly at 9.
so you don't admit that you violated your curfew.
Yes, I did.
You did
Oh
violate
my
it.
Yes,
God.
like I said, I did not stay the whole concert.
Okay. So the reason that you were discovered in violation is because an officer saw you, correct?
Correct.
Or no one would have ever known, correct?
I'm not too sure. I had ankle monitor
Maybe.
on. They didn't know where I was at.
But they wouldn't know you were drinking.
No.
Okay, so you just happened to be caught on this occasion, correct?
Correct.
All right. So then in February of 2024, you wrote a letter to Judge Mabey, who was over at your drug court, correct?
I don't recall.
Okay, could you
Correct.
show Exhibit 3012? Thank you. Take a look at that and tell me if that is the letter that you sent to Judge Mabey. Do you remember that letter now, Ms. Lover?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'd move to admit Exhibit 3012 and publish it.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
It's not,
Are you admitting to the truth?
I mean, it's her statement.
So, like this stupidity is what held up trial all day yesterday. I mean, it was constant bickering, going back and forth. Oh my God, well, I'm going to have to read 1,000 pages of testimony. Well, you've had this testimony for several days. It was a cluster. And like, you could tell that Judge Doolin had just like had enough. And he excused himself for 5 minutes and was like, I'm giving you guys the rest of the day. I need your recommended changes before 6 p.m. They were like, can we get it at 11? He was like, no, I need time to go over it. They are just a mess. So if you are watching this trial because you are concerned about the Tyler Robinson trial and you think that there's a chance he's going to get convicted, or I'm sorry, you think that there's a chance that he's going to get off. No. She is a horrible attorney. I hate to say that. I like I said, I try to give everyone grace, but what I'm seeing here in this trial is just like absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas. And it's almost like maybe they have too much on their plates because they are like they are attorneys that come in and help like people who need assistance. Why am I blanking on the word? It's going to be one of those days. We're going to keep going. I'll write it in chat.
She can be questioned about it.
So, question.
Yes.
16. If you're admitting for the truth, it's hearsay.
All right. All right. In this letter, you told
What a mess.
we're asking for permission to visit your boyfriend in Las Vegas once a month, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in this letter, you said that. Actually, Your Honor,
O'Malley says free Kouri. I think I remember this sidebar and it took a minute. So let me. Oh, maybe not. I always worry that my hair looks awful from behind. Is that like a fear that you other girls
so you were
have?
writing to ask for permission to go. Oh, did you take that down, Katie? I'm sorry.
Okay.
To go to Vegas once a month, correct?
Yes.
And in that letter in February of 24, you said that you have been in 100% full compliance with everything asked.
She
of me.
might actually
So
have a
I can
chance
get
with that
lots of those, correct?
argument.
Yes.
But that wasn't true, right?
Yes. No. Yes. Yes and no.
Thanks,
It was
Mitchell.
not. It wasn't
Yes.
true that you've been in
No.
100% compliance.
No.
So what you represented to Judge Mabee in order to get you to do something you wanted to do, you wasn't correct, right?
Correct.
It was an untrue statement.
Yes.
If I could just have one moment.
I'm always like super self-conscious.
Your Honor, that's all we have.
That's all. That's all. They called in this woman.
Testified to a gun. You recall that?
Yes.
Was that the gun the detective seized when executing a warrant on your home on April the 26th, 2023?
Correct.
And then you entered into the probation agreement about a month later on May the 18th, 2023?
Comb
I'm not
it
sure
and
exactly
leave
the
it.
date, but
But it's in evidence. Thanks.
yes.
Ms. Lewis, may we allow this witness to step down?
Yes, we may.
Are we releasing this witness?
No, we would ask that she just be, the subpoena remain in effect.
Okay.
But she may leave now.
She's like one of three
Like the last
people.
one, you're free to go, but you're still subject to subpoena. You may be called back. Because of that possibility, I need you to not read, watch, or listen to any coverage of this case of any kind. And do not talk to anybody about your testimony. Okay, very good. You're free to go. Thank you.
Maybe you're right, Jess. And the fact is, like,
Mr. Blood,
when those
Your Honor,
trials
please
do
call the
happen, we
Detective,
hear
let's get you sworn in.
about it, like loud and clear.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury?
I do.
You have a seat.
So it gives the impression that it happens more often than it really does, you know?
One more time, sir. What is your name?
Detective Jeff O'Driscoll, O''D
So this was-
RISCOLL.
A bit
And
interesting
what
as
term are you
well.
serving?
I'm a narcotics and major crimes detective for the Summit County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been with the sheriff's office?
10 years.
What did you do before becoming a detective?
I worked in the patrol division with the Sheriff's Office. I had a number of primary duties as well as lateral duties. I was mainly responsible for responding to calls for service. I also was a canine handler. I was a UAS pilot or drone pilot. I was a member of the SWAT team as well as a SWAT sniper and various other administrative duties.
When did you become a detective?
July of 2022.
And sir, what types of cases have you handled as a detective?
All types of cases, as far as property crimes, frauds, thefts, mail thefts, home burglaries, vehicle
That
burglaries,
happens a lot.
and then persons crimes everywhere from simple assault to sexual assault, shootings. I was also on part of an on-call rotation for any in-progress or major incidents in the county, as well as all deaths in the county.
Are you currently the lead detective on this case?
Yes, I am.
When were you assigned as lead detective?
In March of 2023.
And did you take over from Detective Woody?
Yes, that's correct.
Was this your first death investigation as a detective?
No, as I said, I was on the on-call rotation for all deaths occurring in the county. And before that, I investigated several as just a first responder
Oof.
patrol as well.
Was this your first death investigation that became a full-blown homicide investigation?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Upon being assigned as lead investigator in this case, how did you approach your investigation?
I had limited information when I first came onto the case. I didn't know all the facts and details about the case, but I knew some of the information, particularly the results from the autopsy, as well as the tox results from the medical examiner's office. So I knew that Eric had died of a fentanyl intoxication, and that there was fentanyl in both his blood and his gastric content. But as far as how I approached the investigation, I wanted to start fresh. I wanted to start as if it was the first day that it had occurred and the first time that I was seeing it. Look at it with fresh eyes and try to get a fresh perspective. Having said that, and knowing what I knew from the autopsy results, it was apparent to me that there were 3 likely possibilities of how Eric died. The first being that he had an accidental overdose after taking a substance that may have contained fentanyl. The second being that he intentionally ingested orally a large amount of fentanyl to commit suicide. And third, that somebody else administered orally to him a large amount of fentanyl in order to kill him.
As part of your investigation, did you or did investigators get Eric's Doppel history?
Yes.
Scott, can I get 1-27? While that's coming up, what is a Doppel history?
DOPL stands for Department of Professional Licensing. But in our world, what it means is the state holds a database of all prescription controlled substances that are
They sure do.
prescribed, issued, filled, the dates they were filled, who the patient was, the dosage, things like that. The state maintains that information. We can request that for any particular patient within the state.
Your Honor, are you able to publish that to the witness and counsel?
Yes, sir. You ready to preview the witness?
Yes.
I love that
You should see
movie.
Is this the Doppel history that investigators requested?
Yes.
Your Honor, can we publish?
Any objection, counsel?
No objection. He's making a minute.
Move to admit and publish.
No objection.
State's Exhibit 1-27 is admitted.
Scott, if you could embiggen that bottom portion, please. What's the headline here, Detective?
It's just the contents of who the results are being sent to, and then it's no records found for Eric Eugene Richins with his date of birth and
All right,
the
let me-
time frame that they searched.
So what does that mean for your investigation?
It means that Eric wasn't prescribed any prescription controlled substances during that time frame.
Did investigators search Eric's phone for evidence of
Kouri,
THC gummy use?
babe.
Yes.
Did investigators
The
discover
shirt.
2 text messages between Kouri and Eric Richins regarding THC gummy use?
Yes, those messages were recovered from Eric's cell phone.
Scott, can I get 2-118D, please? Is this an accurate depiction of a November 20th, 2021 text exchange?
I was watching Ricada earlier and he said that that shirt reminds him of like wanting to ask someone for chips and salsa, like what someone would wear at a Mexican restaurant. I'm thinking more like Wiener Schnitzel and pierogies.
Kouri and Eric Richins?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, move to admit and publish 2-118D.
Oh,
No
we're going to
objection.
publish it. Hold on.
2-118D is admitted and now published.
Okay. Okay, it reads from others to my princess. Nah, I'm good. As long as I go out with you is all I really care about.
I believe the green is Eric's and the blue is Kouri Richins.
The James Bond movie is out, she says. Eat a gummy. Oh, she said that to him. At the Nice Theater. Carter is going to the rodeo with Trisha and my dad, then staying at his house. What? Ha 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 ha. That's awesome. Really? Is it? What rodeo? At the Golden Spike Arena. Just Carter and Trisha? Oh, never mind. I read that wrong. I thought it said Carter and Trisha were going and your dad was staying at his house, as in not going. So, sweats, hoodies, gummy, James Bond movie at the Nice Theater? I'd like to get some grub first. Oh. It said I'd like to get some grub first, and then I didn't get the rest of that. And she says, haha, yeah, steak sounds pretty good. The movie doesn't start till 8. They're going faster than they did last week.
Scott, 2-119D, please.
Oh,
Detective,
yeah.
does this say January?
See the guy
detective
picking his
depiction of
nose.
January 13th, 2022 text exchange between Kouri and Eric Richins.
Yes, and again, I believe it's the green that is Eric speaking and the blue that is Kouri Richins.
Yes, Willa.
Your Honor, say moves to admit and publish.
No objection.
States 2-119D is admitted.
Oh my God. Oh, whoa. The boys are wondering when you are coming home. No, you are you, and you are wondering, not them. This is at 9 p.m. I'll call you on my way. No, I would never go hang out with girls and miss the boys' games and scouts. Sorry, but that's not something I would ever think about doing. Can you bring me home soup, please? That's what she asked him. Yep. What do you want, beautiful? Thank you. If Dairy King isn't too busy, that works. Whatever they have. Or chicken noodle at Neater's. Whatever. Gummy time? He said to her. Yes.
Detective, are you familiar with a children's book entitled Are You With Me that Kouri Richins purportedly authored to help children deal with the loss of a parent?
Yes, I am.
How did you first come familiar with it?
Your Honor, we just want to renew our previous objections to this line of questioning.
Court stands on its prior ruling. Please read.
Sir, how did you first become familiar with it?
Another one of the investigators from the sheriff's office shared a link with me to a story by Good Things Utah, a local news channel, and I viewed an interview there between Ms. Richins and reporters.
Scott, can I get 8-21 Sierra, please? Sir, do you recognize that as an authentic depiction of a screenshot in that interview?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-21S.
Your Honor, we renew our 4-1 and 4-3 objections.
Overruled. 8-21, did I get the number right? 8-21S is admitted and published.
Did detectives investigate how Kouri Richins came to appear on Good Things Utah?
Yes. A subpoena was sent to ABC Utah news station to get that information and part of their production. They produced some emails between Ms. Richins and the production team. It appeared that they had some kind of standardized form that anyone could fill out to requesting to be on the show, and it looked like Ms. Richins had filled that out and they were communicating about the results.
Scott, can I get 2-115? Detective, is that an accurate depiction of the March 24th, 2023 email exchange between Kouri Richins and Good Things Utah?
Yeah, I believe it began on March 24th. There's various dates on when emails were sent back and forth, but yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-115.
Object to 401, 403, and hearsay, Your Honor.
401 and 403 overruled. With respect to hearsay, there are portions of this were authored by Kouri Richins, other portions authored by people other than Kouri Richins, correct?
That is correct. And the portions other than Kouri Richins are offered for their effect on Kouri Richins.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to the extent that State's Exhibit 2-115 includes statements authored by Kouri Richins, you may consider those statements for the truth or for any purpose. To the extent they include statements written by someone other than Kouri Richins, you cannot consider those statements for the truth. Rather, you can consider them only for the effect they had upon Kouri Richins as the recipient of those statements. Published 2-115.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Very good. 2-115 is admitted and published.
I think it can start from the bottom up.
Okay, this is from Kouri. I'd like to be a guest on Good Things Utah. Says name of the organization you belong to. Self, author. Is your organization a nonprofit? No. Preferred date range of your appearance. Anytime that works for you guys. Name of your event, as it will be displayed on TV. Promoting a child's book. First date of your event, March 31st, 2023. Time of your event, 8 a.m. Location of your event, at your studio. Surprise! Give us a short summary of your event. Include ticket sales, age limitations, unusual details. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't muted, etc. I have just written what appears to be the first children's book about losing a parent. My husband passed away last year, and we have 3 young boys. I wrote this book to help kids find comfort and peace when losing a parent or anyone close to them. I hope to promote it on your show to help parents comfort their children with such a tragic life event. And then it says the name. It is Are You With Me? And she has an Amazon code in there. Hi, Jill. That's amazing news. So excited. Yes, the book is available on Amazon. Here is the link. Are You With Me? Link. Of course, I would love to share 3 steps on helping kids cope with the loss of a parent in addition to promoting the book. Absolutely. Please let me know if there's anything I can also share. That's a weird way to put that. What are the next steps? So happy you reached out. Looking forward to hearing back from you. Because, apparently before this, that makes sense. She was sent an email from the station saying, "Hi, Kouri, we would love to feature your children's book on losing a parent. Is it currently available for purchase? Also, would it be possible for you to share 3 steps on helping kids cope with the loss of a parent in addition to promoting your book? Thank you." Sorry, excuse me. What gives her the professional ability to suggest tips to help kids who have lost a parent? Good morning, Jill. Yes, I am available that day. Can you send me the address? I will plan to be there at 8:45 a.m. Can you let me know if there's anything else I should specifically prepare for? Sorry, guys. My dogs are going crazy. Also, how long the conversation will last so I can prepare accordingly. I keep forgetting to read the email from the place first. That is great news. We can have you live at our studio in Salt Lake City, closer to the airport, on April 6th. The arrival time would be 9:45 and you'd be live in the 10 o'clock hour. Are you available on this day? So yes. Next one, I will make sure to read from the studio first. And hopefully I'm done clearing my throat. Okay, what I need 1 week prior to your segment. Please hit reply all. Your phone number, the name of the spokesperson that will be on air, 2 people max, title of spokesperson, segment title, main message you would like to share with viewers, talking points listed in bullet point form, list of props you'll be bringing so we can accommodate the setup, pictures and videos to help tell your story. Send via email. Promotions, specials, get X% off with code, and any business information. Then it gives a dress code. Typical dress professionally or business casual. Because this is morning TV. And it says, Good Things Utah, Hour 2 is live from 10 to 11. The segment will be filmed live and will be 4 to 5 minutes in length within that hour. Please plan on staying with us until 11 a.m. at the absolute latest. If you have friends and family that would like to watch the segment live, they can watch the local channel for KTVX. Your segment will also be posted on the website and can be found by searching your name. She said, great. And thank you so much, Jill. I look forward to being there. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I will get you the required information above. I just don't think that she should speak from a position of anything about. She's not a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? 3 things help kids cope. Hi, Kouri. Just checking in to see if you could send over your talking points by tomorrow morning. Thank you. All right. And it says one of the things, connection, keeping the person's spirit alive who has passed, talking about them, sharing memories of them, doing things they used to do, letting children tell stories of those loved ones. Continuity. Try to keep routines and schedules as normal as possible. Sports, school pickups and drop-offs, living situation, friends, etc. Keep their normal daily environment for as long as possible. Care. Affirming their feelings, understanding when they are sad, mad, lonely, and talking about those feelings and letting them know it's okay. Not changing their feelings, but letting them cope with the stages of grief with plenty of hugs, kisses, and empathy. Lists of props you will be bringing so we can accommodate setup. No props, only a copy of my book. She added a promotional special and where people could go to get the book, and it says, thanks, Jill. Excited to see you on Thursday. Man, the rain here is super loud. Hi, Jill. And she gave her phone number, who she is, title of spokesperson. The name of the segment is Helping Children Cope with the Loss of a Loved One. Hi, Jill. I just sent you an email with a photo of the front cover that we can use. Also, Amazon won't approve my discount code I sent you in the previous message. So instead, what I have done is offered a free copy of the book April 30th and May 1st through Amazon Kindle. Hopefully we can use this. That's an interesting business decision. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Something about a graphic. And here's our correspondence with Kouri.
In addition to Good Things Utah, are you familiar with Kouri Richins promoting the book on KPCW Radio?
Yes, again, I was sent a link to their website. I viewed their webpage and saw an interview with Ms. Richins and journalists and listened to an interview that she conducted with them on their website.
Scott, 8-37, please. Is this an accurate depiction of the website promoting the interview?
Yes, it is.
Is it dated April 12, 2023?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-37.
Check 41403 and hearsay, Your Honor.
My friend said, tell Frank to get them in line.
Bark, bark, bark. Do you actually have an authenticity objection?
Yes.
Please approach.
I'm just going through the messages you sent. So I think it's interesting that they're beginning to talk about the book. They're beginning to talk about the book, and you know, when I went to pull up this stream, it was appeared to be a video of her in custody. So this will be the first time that we're seeing this. And also, I've heard about this walking the dog thing regarding Kouri Richins. I don't know if it's going to come in. I don't know what it's about, but I am absolutely going to show it at some point. I don't know when. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow if like court ends up being really boring today. She wrote the book a year after he died.
Scott, would you redact all text below the photograph, please?
Did the attorney just go like that to her? Like,
In
oh
the
my
caption of the
God.
photograph, please.
Kouri is just like not having this.
No, I'm sorry, not the headline, the caption of the photograph.
You're very welcome.
There we go. Okay. Remind me of the number, Mr. Clipper.
Your Honor, 8-37.
You want to put an R on it? Does it matter?
We should put an R on it.
Okay.
now.
States 8-37R is admitted. Defendant's objections thereto are overruled. Ready to publish?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Summit County mom pens new book after unexpected death of husband. Oh, why does it keep doing this? All right, let me make that bigger for you guys.
Towards the end of March 2023, did the Summit County Sheriff's Office receive an anonymous Amazon delivery of the book?
Yes. Package showed up from Amazon with a copy of the book and also a little standard sticker that you can leave a personalized message on with a gift when you send something.
Scott, 8-20, please. Is this an accurate depiction of a scan of the cover of the book that the Summit County Sheriff's Office received, along with the message that accompanied it?
Yes, when we received this, evidence technician scanned the cover of the book and then the note that came with it as well, yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-20.
Just 4-1 and 4-3, Your Honor.
Okay. Overruled. States Exhibit 8-20 is admitted.
Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see what she wrote? There are two sides to every story. This is the true Kouri, a devoted wife, an adoring mother. Thought you should know. From Anonymous. Wow. Wow. You are crazy. You are crazy.
Thank you. Did detectives investigate who anonymously sent the book?
Yes, subpoena was sent to Amazon to request the information on who the sender was. It came back as Lisa Darden.
Scott, 8-34, please. Is this an accurate depiction of the order history provided by Amazon in response to the subpoena?
Yes, it is.
Dated March 21st, 2023.
Correct.
Your Honor, the state moves
Oh,
to
that's
admit
her
and publish
mom.
8-34.
No objection.
8-34 is admitted and published.
Detective, it's Lisa Darden. Cory
Oh
Darden's
my
mother.
gosh.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Did detectives investigate who wrote the book?
Yes.
Who wrote the book?
Objection to 4-1, 4-3, and hearsay.
Overruled. Go ahead.
We found text messages in in Miss Richins' phone between her and a contact named Book Writing Lane, who is a book writer, publisher of some type, regarding them writing the book for her.
Are they a ghostwriter?
Yeah.
Scott, 2-121, please.
How much does that cost? Well, hello.
This is 141 pages. You've reviewed this prior to
Welcome.
today. Is this an accurate depiction of those text messages between Kouri Richins and Book Writing Lane?
Yes, this is a depiction.
Tahoe mama.
Mr. Blevins, would you approach roll moment?
Wow. She actually looks a lot like her mom. What do you guys think? That is crazy. Because I mean, real talk. You know that her mom didn't send that. She got on her mother's Amazon account and she sent that. I would be willing to bet a lump sum of money that is what occurred. The guy is the investigator. The lead
So are the bubbles in green,
investigator.
Kouri Richins, and the bubbles in blue, Book Writing Lane.
Yes, that's correct.
And does this
That's some
lengthy text
crazy.
exchange generally depict Kouri Richins engaging Book Writing Lane?
You think
ideas,
her mom sent it?
circulating, drafts of the narrative, the illustrations.
Yes, that's what it appears to me.
Your Honor, the statement was 2-121 in evidence.
Same objection.
definitely think it
4143
was
and hearsay,
her.
Your Honor.
Right. The defendant's objections
We
are
find out.
overruled. States 2-121 is admitted. Members of the jury, with respect to States Exhibit 2-121, the green messages are authored by Kouri Richins. You may consider the green messages in 2-121
This again.
for their truth or any other purpose. The blue messages are authored by someone other than Kouri Richins. You cannot consider the blue messages in 2-121 for their truth. Rather, you may only consider them for the effect they had upon the listener, that is Kouri Richins. 2-121.
Okay, now comes Lacey's.
Thank you, Your
Reading.
Honor, but the state wasn't
Oh,
going to
my
go through
apologies.
141 pages.
Very good.
Did Kouri Richins discuss the book with her family?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, again, in text messages that we found on her phone, she has discussions with her family members about it.
Scott, 2-112, please. Is this a February 28th, 2023 text exchange between Kouri Richins and her brother DJ?
Hey guys,
Yes,
please don't
and
forget to
Chris
like
Richins is in
the
green and
stream
DJ is in blue.
and make a comment.
Is this
Thank
an
you.
accurate depiction?
Yes.
No, this was not smart. This was a just
Your Honor, the
horrible.
state moves to admit and publish
idea.
2-112.
Object to 4143 and hearsay, Your Honor.
Defendant's objections are overruled. Are you asking for the same instruction, Ms. Nestor?
No, sir.
Okay. 2-112 is admitted.
Move to publish, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ha, 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 ha. What's the book called? It turned out so cute. Just something for the boys and to understand the book writing process to get ready for the big one. When is it on Amazon? We submit on Thursday to Amazon for review, and they approve 24 to 48 hours, and then it will be live. So I'm thinking Monday, I'll have to read the final draft tomorrow night. This is the Advil cold and sinus, which I desperately need. Awesome. So proud of you. Thanks, bro. I'm excited. I really don't feel like it's real until I have an official copy, though. So we'll see. We will see. I really just want to understand the book writing process, so I'm ready to go. I have already spoke with a writer for my book. I'm debating starting it now, and they can start on quite a few chapters before this is all over, just to get a jump start. Not sure. She sure had a lot of time on her hands for having 3 kids. I'm just saying. What's something like that cost, assuming you have to alternate names? So Kids' book wasn't bad at all, assuming everything turns out the way it's supposed to cost, $2,500. The bigger book, yes, we have to change names. I also want to talk to my attorney about the other precautions to take to avoid a lawsuit from them for defamation or if changing the names is enough. That book will be expensive. Someone's calling me. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, I got a super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me get back to this. Okay. To avoid lawsuit from them for defamation or if changing the names is enough, that book will be expensive. Just for the ghostwriter to write the manuscript, 130 pages is $5,000. I'm assuming it will be closer to 250 pages. So $10,000 for the total manuscript. This lady does payment plans. So you just pay per month as it's being worked on. Total time 2 to 4 months. I might just start my recordings now and wait to sign up until May when more money comes in, hopefully. LOL. And then I think they got rid of all the other texts. I'm also going to do a shot of Flonase, so I'm going to get off camera for this. Thank you so much, Kristen, for the $10. Oh, shoot. Did book launch? Not yet. I made some last minute changes. They will get the changes back to me today and then hopefully Friday. I had them add this picture in the beginning. Good luck, little sis. You have nothing to worry about. Stay calm. She had everything to worry about. Thank you. You can log on now and watch if you can.
Scott 2-113, please.
Does anyone else get really bad allergies when it rains? Isn't that like when you're not supposed to have allergies?
Detective, is this a March 8th, 2023 text exchange between Kouri Richins and her mother?
Yes.
Is Kouri Richins in green and her mother in blue?
Yes.
Is this an authentic depiction?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-113 into evidence and to publish.
Objection 4143 and hearsay. We don't need the instruction.
Defendant's objections are overruled. 2-113 is admitted.
Defense can't get what's the name of the book? Where are you? No. It's not on Amazon yet. Kouri says to mom. Okay. I will let you know, Kouri says to mom. Haha. No, my title is Are You With Me? Oh, she said no. Kouri to mom. Ha ha ha. I don't know what I was thinking. Where is ya? Mom says to Kouri. Working in office. Offic.
Scott 2-114, please. Oh, Your Honor, we took it down because it was being published.
Should be previewed now. Thank you.
So does this prove it was the mom? This is wow, man.
Sir, is this a March 22nd, 2023 text exchange between Kouri Richins and her brother DJ?
Yes, and just like before, Kouri Richins is the green bubbles and DJ is the blue bubbles.
Is this an accurate depiction?
Yes.
Maybe it was
Your
the
Honor,
brother.
to admit 2-114 and publish.
4143 and hearsay. We don't need the instruction. Thank you.
Scott, would you zoom in for a minute?
For everyone that watched last week when I had to read and I showed you my glasses, I showed you that they were all the way out here because I let my big Samoan friend put them on his face and they were fixed. So now I have glasses that I actually can wear.
Okay.
and
Zoom
do
back out so I can see the number. My apologies.
Every time I would look down.
2-114 are overruled. 2-114 is admitted and published.
Yay, yay. Yep. I think Carter Kouri sounds better. How much do you make per book? Ha ha ha. It sounds way better. Oh my God. They would die. It would be so funny. Yes, it would, DJ says. So on Amazon, I only make $5.35 a book. They print and ship. I'm working on a website that you can buy the book through, and I'll make $10 a book. Yeah, but everyone likes to use Amazon. Nice. Yeah, the next 30 days are just extreme marketing. My goal is to sell 100,000 books by the end of the year. And this was March 22nd, 2023. I don't know. That seems like an Obama goal. She's just a broad from Utah. Oh, you don't like Amazon? Okay. All right. I can dig it. Maybe it's me, but my wife died from cancer on October 8th, 2023, 32 days after being diagnosed. I am still crying daily, y'all. I couldn't be stable enough to write a book in 1 year after. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's just like, I'm really sorry for your loss. Nobody can say that I'm a heartless. You know what? Because I overfeel. Over emote. She just does not look like a happy person.
Ms. Nestor.
Yes, sir.
Mr. O'Driscoll is part of the
That's fine.
investigation.
That's
Okay.
fine.
You can talk to Detective O'Driscoll during the break. Folks, we're going to take a break until 2:10. Thank you. Court's in recess.
Okay. Zoom, zoom. A zoom, zoom for you. Bloodthirsty looks nice today. So does Ramos.
Have a seat, folks. Thank you. All right, have a seat. Detective, you're still under oath.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bloodworth, please proceed.
Oh no.
Did your
I
investigation
hate that. I'm
eventually lead
sorry.
you to Carmen Lauber?
Yes, it did.
How?
This is a bit of a long-winded answer, so I'll try to just go step by step. We had the information from the autopsy, the tox results, as I mentioned. We had just gotten the downloads from Ms. Richins and Eric's phones, and we're starting to go through them. We started comparing what was in the phones with phone billing records for their carriers. We found discrepancies between what was in the phone billing records and what was actually in Ms. Richins' phone as far as call logs and text messages. We started looking at the most frequently contacted phone numbers in Ms. Richins' phone and in Eric's phones. We found that there were a high number of communications between Ms. Richins and the phone number for Carmen Lauber. So we started looking into Carmen Lauber and found that she had a history of drug use and drug distribution. We found that she was on drug court probation in Wasatch County. My partner, Detective Maynard, actually had previous involvements with Carmen, knew a little bit about her. We started looking at who else was, or I'm sorry, we spoke with investigators from Wasatch County that were familiar with Carmen's case, and then learned that Mr. Nick Von Savage was also in drug court with her and that they were pretty good friends. We started pulling phone billing records for Mr. Von Savage and found that he had a high number of contacts, communications with the Gunnison State Prison. And so we went to the Gunnison State Prison and requested the phone calls between inmates and Mr. Von Savage. We started listening to those phone calls because they're all recorded. And we found an instance where Mr. Von Savage was speaking to an inmate on the phone, and they were discussing getting an Xbox controller for the inmate. And he said, either you buy it or have Carmen buy it and I'll pay you back. Nick said something to the effect of, no, I can't have Carmen do it. I just tried to give her money the other day, and she told me that she had just made a bunch of money selling illicit street drugs. So that obviously, and that phone call took place on March 4th, the day that Eric died. So that gave us more
illicit
Carmen Lauber.
street drugs.
We started surveilling her. As part of our investigation into her, we collected the trash from her home. And in going through the trash, we found drug paraphernalia, specifically tinfoil with burn marks and residue on it. And based on my training experience, that's indicative of somebody smoking a substance off of the tinfoil. Based on that information, we then applied for a search warrant.
At this point, I'm going to object to the narrative.
Oh, I'm sorry, a moment. Mr. Villeroy, go ahead.
Sir, what did you do next?
Based on that information that we had collected, we wrote a search warrant for Carmen Lauber's residence, for her vehicle, and for her person. And that included, among other things, cell phones.
Hey guys, don't forget to hit the like button, make
Did you
a
execute
comment
that
in the
search
chat,
warrant
please.
On April the 26th, 2023.
Yes.
And did you personally execute the portion involving searching Carmen Lauber's home?
Yes, I did.
Did you find any evidence of a crime in her home?
Yes. In Miss Lauber's bedroom, we found THC products, paraphernalia, and a firearm under her bed.
And as it relates to Miss Lauber specifically, what was the problem with the firearm?
She was a convicted felon, and by state statute, she's not allowed to be in possession of a firearm.
When searching Carmen Lauber's room, did you also find a newspaper clipping of Eric Richins' obituary?
Yes.
Scott, can I get 8-15 split screened with 8-16, please?
Oh, okay. We doing this again? She's breathing real heavy.
Sir, is that photograph on the left? It's labeled 8-15R, an accurate depiction of a photograph of Eric Richins' obituary in Carmen Lauber's room?
Yes, it is.
Is 8-16R, the photograph on the right, an accurate depiction just of the same obituary, but just a closer view?
Yeah, zoomed in from the original, correct.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-15 and 8-15R and 8-16R.
No, Judge.
815R and 816R are admitted.
Are admitted.
Detective, what was your impression of kind of the collection of material on the left?
Based on knowing that Carmen was in drug court and knowing a little bit about that, how that program works, it seems like she had all of these inspirational quotes that helped motivate her through her progression in drug court, and amongst them were photos of her loved ones, her family, and then amongst all of that was Eric Richins' obituary.
I didn't see that at my dad's
Yep, right in the middle of the mirror.
room when he was in rehab. He was just
8-18, please.
selling cigarettes and trying to make a buck off people in the joint.
Detective, is this an accurate depiction
This is my life.
a photograph of a C&E hat that you found in Carmen Lauber's room?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 8-18.
No, Judge.
8-18 is admitted.
And then can you, Scott, zoom in? There we
Hi,
go.
Kevin.
Yeah, that's the CE stonemasonry logo on that gray hat.
I think this stuff's
Thanks.
funny. Like, I can laugh about it now.
Simultaneous with your search of Carmen Lauber's home, did another deputy stop Carmen Lauber while she was driving?
Yes, we planned it that way because we had a warrant for Carmen's person and her vehicle as well.
Did that deputy seize her phone?
Yes.
During that stop, did that deputy find evidence of a crime?
Yes, he found that Carmen was driving on a suspended license.
Oh,
Did you arrest her
girl.
for driving on a suspended license?
Yes, he
You
did.
got to get that
Did
safe
that stop her in
auto.
Wasatch County?
Yes.
The
Did that
general.
deputy then book Carmen Lauber into the Wasatch County Jail?
Yes, he did.
Did you and Detective Maynard then interview Carmen Lauber at the Wasatch County Jail?
Yes, we interviewed her several times over a number of days.
What was
What's
your
this?
approach to interviewing her?
So as I said before, my partner, Detective Maynard, had previous involvement and knowledge of Carmen Lauber. He knew that she had a history of self-preservation and offering information in exchange for help with her charges. So we knew that going into it. But on top of that, after serving the warrant on her
fair.
home and being in her bedroom, finding Eric's obituary, it was apparent to me that she
20
probably had
bucks
some
a
level
pack.
of guilt or concern over her possible involvement in Eric's death.
Object to speculation, move to strike, and non-responsive.
All of it or just parts?
Okay.
Just the last.
Okay. Can you be specific about the content of the last part you're moving to strike?
How he assumed Carmen felt by what he saw.
Okay. That part is struck as speculation. Take it from there, Mr.
Did you, Kevin?
Your Honor, can I argue that?
Yeah, why don't you go approach?
He looks like a lumberjack. Ow. Oh, this is one of the guys that I went over the outfit with Nick Ricada a week and a half ago. And I was like, he reminds me of a lumberjack. Like, if he lived out in Washington and had a flannel shirt on, I think he's going and looking for some wood to cut. I mean, I am a capitalist. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it was so my dad. I can't even begin to express. Always looking to hustle. Always looking to hustle. Well, hello, welcome. How are you today? The hustle, man. The hustle. Mother-in-law sent me Xmas gift card. Maybe books I can download, use on Kindle. Brownie commercial. Yeah, I know a lot of guys in Ohio that do that. Okay, what are we doing here, counselors? Because Corey's about to slap someone. She looks like she's like clenching, like maybe not like that, but yeah.
So in addition to what you believe to be Carmen Lauber's motive for self-preservation, upon seeing Eric Richins' obituary, am I right that you thought you might also have some motivation related to her potential involvement in Eric Richins' death?
Correct. That was my impression.
Well, what I did to
What did you tell
myself.
Carmen Lauber when you first interviewed her?
When we first spoke to Miss Lauber, we sat down with her. We explained that what we had found in her home would potentially violate her conditions of her drug court, which would put her on the hook for, I believe, multiple felony charges of distribution that she was in drug court for, as well as the new charges with the firearm and
The firearm.
and THC products. We told her that we were investigating Eric Richins' death and that we believe that she may have information about his death that would be helpful to us. And we told her that if she was willing to speak to us about any information she might know, that we could help her with her charges in Wasatch County, as well as the new charges from the execution of the search warrant.
Did you then immediately question her?
No, we didn't ask her any questions at that time. We told her that this was the situation. We wanted her to think on whether or not she wanted to participate in our proposal in talking with us, and then we let her sit on it for a few days.
How many times have you interviewed drug
Hi,
dealers?
welcome.
Dozens, if not over 100 times.
Was anything about interviewing Carmen Lauber more difficult than interviewing most drug dealers?
Yes, there was more time that elapsed since the incident that we were talking to her about than what is typical for our interviews. So she had trouble with memory, remembering details of what had happened. And then again, what I spoke about earlier, she had a history of self-preservation. So she tended to minimize her involvement and hold back as much as she could, which is typical of drug dealers that we talk to. They won't give you any more than they have to until they feel like they need to.
Did Carmen Lauber initially inform you that she bought drugs for Kouri Richins?
Not initially. Like I said, she very much
Please
minimized her
don't
involvement.
forget to hit
When she
the
first started
like
talking
button.
about it, she said, there's a little bit that I know, and I want to help you with the little bit that I know. But then as we asked her more questions and got more into it, she was more forthcoming with the information that she had, and ultimately told us that Ms. Richins had contacted her to ask her for pain pills.
And did she ultimately tell you that she bought drugs on Kouri Richins' behalf from Susan Kohler and from a friend of Nicole Cummings named Robert Crozier?
Yes.
Did she appear that she wanted to cooperate?
You're right,
but was having
Kevin.
difficulty remembering timeline and details regarding the drug
Jack
transactions?
deleting.
Overruled. Not only did it appear that way, but she was explicit in saying that several
Jeez.
times, that she was having difficulty to remember, but wanted to help with what she
Just
said.
go home, Nestor.
At various points during your interview, did you provide Kouri Richins with information to jog her memory?
I believe you meant Carmen Lauber. You said
I'm
Kouri
sorry,
Richins.
Carmen Lauber.
Like
Yes,
truth
we
serum?
provided content from her phone. We provided her with phone billing records that had timestamps that helped us establish a timeline. We showed her maps. We showed her property records. Anything that we could find that would mostly help us establish a timeline and order of events.
Did you stress to Carmen Lauber that she needed to be truthful?
Yeah, several times we told her that we didn't want her to try to make things up, that only tell us what she remembered and only tell us what was truthful. And then we also stressed that we needed a great deal of detail in the things that she was telling us, not vague comments.
Did you tell her that you did not want her to speculate on anything?
She's
More leading object.
definitely been speculative and
Yes, I believe there are multiple instances in the transcripts and the videos that
having
show
issues
when
with
we
the
said,
truth.
Don't try to guess at what we're asking you. Only tell us what you can remember.
Did you stress to Carmen Lauber that you needed to
Self-preservation.
corroborate any information that she provided?
Yes, we were explicit in telling her
Mhm.
that any kind of immunity or assistance or help that she would get from prosecutor's office would be dependent on not just her telling us what she knew, but giving us information that would allow us to corroborate that information.
Oh,
And
okay.
did you stress to her that you needed details in particular, details to corroborate the information?
Object to leading.
Over.
Oh, she's
Yes,
always overruled.
And
Like,
that discussion got deeper and deeper.
I'm
the more we talked to her.
comfortable.
We kept stressing we need more detail. These are the type of details that we need. And it just kept going from there.
Did you and/or Detective Maynard interview Carmen Lauber 6 times between April the 27th, 2023,
I
and May
like it.
13th, 2023?
Yes, I wasn't there for every single one, but either myself or Detective Maynard was, yes.
Why 6 interviews?
As we spoke to Miss Lauber, she would give us information that she could remember. We would take that information back and work on corroborating it with other evidence, phone records, other details from other witnesses. And then we would go back. We would ask her more questions, try to get more information, more details. It was just a step-by-step iterative process that took several days until we felt like we had the complete picture of what her involvement was.
Did those interviews total about 10 hours?
I believe so, yes.
Were they audio and video recorded?
Yes.
Have you reviewed transcripts of those interviews?
Yes, I have.
Do those transcripts total about 900 pages?
Yes, I believe so.
Did you listen to defense counsel's cross-examination of Lauber regarding your and Detective Maynard's interviews?
I did.
Did you observe how defense picked certain sentences throughout the 900 pages?
Yes.
In the full context of the interviews, do you believe that those few sentences fairly and accurately depicted the tone and tenor of your interview?
Object, Your Honor.
What's the basis of the objection?
It's trying to make impeachment sound improper, and it's totally not improper. It is.
Don't make speaking objections. Are you objecting to the form of the question?
Yes.
What is the objection to the form of the question?
Your Honor, we object to the form of the question on the grounds that it is seeking a legal conclusion, on the grounds that it is leading, and on the grounds that it is calling for speculation.
Overruled.
No, I don't feel like those segments that they picked out at all represented our interviews with Carmen.
Do you think that those segments without context are misleading?
Object to leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
You're going to have to go
Yes, I
up
believe
there
they're
shortly and get a talkings
One of
to,
those segments said,
ma'am.
or quoted you saying that you needed details to ensure that Kouri Richins will get convicted of murder, and that shortly thereafter Carmen Lauber asked for blueprints. What was the context of that discussion?
So as I said before, when we were discussing with Carmen, it was very slow moving at first. And we were trying to emphasize to her the level of detail that we needed to be able to offer her something from the prosecution's office for her cooperation. And part of that emphasis was trying to describe to her the level of detail that would be needed in a courtroom. And it was probably poor choice of words in hindsight, but that was what we were stressing is the type of information that
Oh,
is acceptable.
he's
to
your
use in a
type of
courtroom.
guy, Kristen? Should we give him a call?
Defense counsel also picked the words "get out of jail free card." that Detective
Send
Maynard
your pic.
uttered. What was the context of "get out of jail free card"?
So the comment that Detective Maynard made was
Hi.
coupling her, referencing
I think you're cute.
whatever prosecution would offer her in exchange for her testimony, coupled with the fact that there was now a family that didn't have a brother, that didn't have a son, and the importance of
Hi.
the investigation into Eric's death as opposed to any subsequent drug investigations that Ms. Lauber was involved in.
Defense counsel also picked the words from Carmen Lauber. Can you guys write it down and I will sign it? What was that context?
We were trying to get Carmen to complete a written statement to go along with the scattered information that we had been receiving through our interview process so that we could establish a more chronological timeline.
Drugs gonna
and she was
drug.
expressing concerns about not wanting to be writing things down in front of other inmates in the cell block. So she wanted us to write it down
Oh.
instead.
And what did you say?
We said, no, that's not the way it works.
Scott, can I get please 8-58R?
I do what I want.
Is this a video of various portions of your May?
I ain't got no
2nd,
man
2023
telling me
interview
what
with
I
Carmen
need to
Lauber we just
do.
discussed?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to publish 8-58R.
Just the ones we've already discussed, the objections, Your Honor.
Surprised something wasn't thrown at me from
You're
the
right.
other room. Girl power.
8-58R, as ruled on by the court on the record, is admitted.
Your Honor, can I just make 8-58, D for demonstrative, R for redacted, DR.
8-58DR.
That's because he didn't deserve it. Like it's just not me.
Ooh,
Like I can tell you,
ooh,
I affected
ooh,
my
honey. Oh wow. Oh, look at how sunk in her cheekbones are. Oh wow. She looks totally different now. God bless her for getting off the smack.
don't know.
Right.
Okay, I affected my own life by doing so.
What I'm
But
getting at,
no, whether it was intentionally, whether he had a bad problem, or whether he was hurting, I don't know.
Mhm.
But either way, if it was done purposely, he didn't deserve that.
okay,
But
totally
I
agree.
don't know that for sure because I don't know the personal situation.
Totally agree.
But
I'm,
I would never do that
Thank you.
ever to
That's
anybody.
weird though.
I'm saying that we're gonna need you to really settle down and maybe even
I
take a
mean,
pad and paper
Even if I get
and try
out
to write out.
tomorrow,
some
whatever, if we
details.
meet again, I can go.
Well, we're
through
gonna talk
everything.
about that too.
If I need to go through whatever I need to go through and figure it out.
But you know what I'm saying, these details that you're giving us are kind of hazy.
That's because it's to me.
And it's common
You're
sense
like,
to try to
here,
kind of minimize your own
Bring it
problems,
down to here.
But we're not interested in smacking you with this. But this, at the end of the day, this is the reason we're here. This is
Like, I don't know if I
this
should
is
reach
a
out to
homicide,
Susan
right?
Kohler and say, hey, do you know about approximately the time when I got those bills from you? I don't know if she's going to.
Probably not a good idea. But I'm just saying, we're gonna need you to kind of settle down and think about details and timelines. Because we understand that you weren't a part of, conspiring with
Yeah.
Kouri. That the details about everything we've been talking about are gonna be important.
3 pounds
The
soaking
homicide
wet.
investigation.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's something that like none of us are used to, right? We don't do it that often. It's pretty
Okay,
crazy for us too.
Yeah,
Not just you to think about. Like, it's crazy.
yeah, yeah.
So right now, we're in a good place to where we've got the information that we were hoping you had and needed from you, right? But there's a difference between us knowing and understanding what happened and us being able to present that to prosecutors who have to present it to a courtroom, who have to present it to a jury, right? That has to be way more detailed down the line the further it gets into the system, the process.
Right.
Okay, so that's what we need your help with at this point, is nailing down all those details. And like Eric said, if that means we have you fill out something in writing and, oh shoot, that's not how it happened, scratch it out, rewrite it, whatever you need to do, right? Write down something as far as you remember it right now, and then we can work on the details as we continue to talk about it, as we check phone records, as we, do all of our part, our side to corroborate what you're saying, right? And I think a good starting point for that is a written statement. For you to sit down and write out what you told us in the best order that you can remember.
And my favorite, no, everything I just told you, I probably wouldn't remember what order I told you in.
It's okay, and that's fine, because you know what, we want to make sure we get the right story. And so the way you're remembering it is all you can give us. You can't make something up that you don't remember, right?
Right.
So just tell us.
That's why I can't remember.
Hi, Nicole.
I remember
Like I said, I remember there was, because it was very light snow, like I said. It wasn't something that I had to wear boots in or anything.
Wow.
What's the time change now? When did we go? March, April? Is it March 15th?
Yeah.
So,
It was dark, because I had to, because I didn't even know where this house was. So I had to use
so
Google
what
Maps.
time of the day was it? I mean, if it was dark.
It was toward the
5:30.
evening.
So afternoonish evening?
No. It was dark because I had to use the light on the car.
So the fire better.
So I had to pull into the driveway and pull the light onto the fire pit. Like,
Gotcha.
okay, let's say this is the house. And if I'm coming that way, and I know I turned right. Came down the street, it was right there, and I pulled into the driveway, the slant, and it was just it wasn't a big fire pit, like it was a tiny fire pit. It wasn't like probably, those white cinder blocks, not cinder blocks, but the white flat rocks that people bring.
Yeah.
It wasn't big. It wasn't a big deep one.
The shallow one.
Real, yeah. Like I would say there was like maybe 2 or 3 on top, and that was it. It wasn't even a complete one.
And what was
Yeah.
what was packaged in?
Ask for your attorney. Or is he in there?
Was it an envelope marked with like a bank or just like plain white envelopes?
It was a tiny white one, I believe. It didn't have nobody's name, didn't have nothing on it. It was just up against, like in the fire pit again.
By asking for your attorney, it doesn't mean that you're trying to hide anything. You are.
Can we pause it for just one moment?
This is not the wife. This is the person that provided the
Ms. Lewis, if you'd approach.
pharmaceuticals, per se, to Kouri, which were allegedly given to her husband. Allegedly. This is the lady that was on the stand at the beginning of the stream while she was still in active addiction. And you can absolutely tell just looking at her. She looks totally different now. It's crazy what happens to you, and the effect it
Scott,
has.
please proceed.
On the phone, maybe in a cloud, maybe anything like that.
I wouldn't know how to operate a cloud.
Okay. Would it be in your phone?
I wouldn't know how to operate.
I have no idea.
Fair.
You guys have all my phones by now.
But did you erase
I mean, that's what I told you.
That's why I asked you about it being deleted, because
I don't know,
you
look
can see
at
on
the
your phone.
things. I mean, you
Well,
guys,
I think that's a fair question, Carmen, and we're getting down to the brass tacks of this, and so I feel like we owe it to you to kind of start talking to you about what we do know. What we do know is within a day or two after Eric died, you got a new phone. Okay,
I think that's what happened died.
possibly. We also know that there are texts between you and Kouri that were deleted. I get it, I deleted it.
You?
Again, we're not looking to put new charges on you, but we're getting down to that area. We're gonna need to be more open and honest with each other, because there's things that we're talking to you about that conflict with some evidence that we have to an extent. And again, I'm not here to beat you over the head with it. As a cooperating witness, that information is actually really good for you. And frankly, there's now a good time to kind of talk to you about the conversation at the case. So here's where it's at with McKay and your drug court, okay? They are looking for, and it's gonna be upsetting, but let me finish. They're looking to pull your drug court deal and ask for 7 years on your two first. 5 years for the one felony, and then a 40% portion for the second, for 7 years. The only exception to that, and the only thing that they're willing to kind of help you out with, is if you can help us out with this.
And by so, he means like, give us the details that will ensure Kouri gets convicted of murder.
Oh my God.
This is a serious case, and I'm not
That is
trying.
way more of my,
I know, and listen,
Don't freak out, okay, because this is a long process.
and this is a good thing, and this is good news for you.
Oh,
So there's one more consideration that McKay has. Can you hear that?
no, well,
And this is kind of funny because,
it's nothing funny
well,
about
the
it.
second part is, it looks like you guys figured out how and when people were gonna test, looking at your text messages, you and Von Savage.
We just know it's
And that's fucking awesome. I wanna know how you did. Are you tracking with me, what I'm saying?
I'm
We,
catching what you're throwing, believe me.
we need hard details. There's no more.
I'm going to do whatever, because I've struggled so hard to get with my math.
That's great motivation.
And I literally want to complete drug court, and I want to move out of state. I want to leave all this behind,
Well, that's the only way you get.
my
people out
past.
of your life.
Like, I don't want no ties with nobody. I want to change my phone number. Me and Trevor.
so one of my best friends from growing up, he is the director of here. He is the like person in charge of social media for the #1 show on Rumble. He is a conservative talk show guy. And I was texting with him today. Actually, I was texting him about my surgery. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, do you think that I should have other content creators come and like do a like takeover for 2 hours each day that I'm gone? Or do you think I should do like just do something else? Like, let me know. And he said like, people, vulnerability is huge with people on YouTube. That was the first thing he said. So to share my story, but he said that I should get really angry about something. I get really angry about something and it'll drive up my views significantly. I guess he's seen me mad before.
Talk about it. Like, completion of drug court, my shit's packaged. Don't call it. Yeah, I told him you call him that, he laughed. I said, you know, you're known as Mr. Vegas.
I think that's what you need to do, Carmen.
Like, even my daughter's on
Get out of here
board.
and start over.
And he's an amazing person. Like, I've never had someone that came in my life.
I just want what's best
Like,
for her.
I'm willing, like, day of graduation, I want to be gone. Like, I want to leave Heidi's house. I want no talk to nobody in my life. I don't.
We have some hurdles here.
And that's why I said, I no longer want to work for the police. Sorry. I don't want I want to do what I can help do, what needs to be done to fix this.
Well, I feel like that as you were telling us that, you know, there was some talk about, can we get what MJ had, and it was kind of very superficial. Can you retell that story with all the detail you can remember?
I'm getting what a MJ had.
Like,
When I go under.
I don't even know if it was, because like I said,
I was told yesterday.
some of it because it's so long ago. But I want to say it was Michael Jackson, and like I said,
So tell me how that conversation would be structured. She sends you a text, and she tells you.
I want to say maybe she did say that.
Old
She said, can
lady.
you get?
She said it was Michael Jackson, and that I know because
And so tell me how that would have been said. Because I didn't know Michael Jackson died.
I didn't know he
I have a vault.
I knew it was drug overdose, but like not specifically fentanyl.
was it.
I can look it up.
Look it up because that's okay too. But
So the thought was insinuated that she wanted you to get something that somebody could die from.
I know one thing that when we got one, it was
Trying to think what would make me mad enough.
I mean, I don't even have fentanyl really go.
So there was a couple of, there was
There was
several
one. There was
transactions.
one.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
I can see it in your face.
Several transactions.
So I wanted. So confused,
If I
but, okay.
made a
So
hole in the
I
wall.
wanna say she asked, but like I said, oh, I can't remember.
We'll give you all the time in the world that you need to think and remember, Carmen, but
But it's
I
so
just want you, I want you to know that if you're gonna work with us here, in
It
order
would
for you
be
to
so
be
easier if you
credible,
had like pieces that we can like.
I thought she said it would make it so much easier if you had pizzas.
Well, the good news is
Girl,
that the piece helps you
yes.
out
And that's what,
tremendously.
that's what, like I said,
you hold all the
I
cards.
love Eric. He was a damn good dude. He didn't deserve it. It was done intentionally. He did not deserve it.
Okay,
We believe you, and that's why we're here working on what your get out of jail free card looks like, based on this information.
okay.
There's three
Real
boys that
talk,
don't have a
guys.
dad. There's a family that doesn't have a brother.
Would you let this woman inside your home to clean? I real talk. I'm not like trying to make anyone look like a jerk, but I would not let her in my home to clean because my dumbass is one time I found $1,100 in a bag. I don't know where it came from. And so I don't like I'm waiting for the day I find the rest of the $1,100. So like it's situations like that. I'm not letting someone in my home to clean that I know is in a really bad spot. Because I empathize with that. Like I've seen this. Drugs weren't what my dad's issue was, but when I went to family week at rehab, didn't matter what your fix was. We were all put together, and so I had a vast learning experience. Let me just tell you. I'm glad that you guys are being honest because like why did she hire her to clean her house with her children? Why?
But when I get that,
Courtney's out of the deal, but
so like you guys said, she's living her life right now, and that's everybody else is fucking suffering. Like them
that's
little
what
boys
it appears.
love their daddy.
I'm sure they did.
I mean, I've seen it.
Oh my God, my stats are so bad today.
Them boys with his everything. And people complain about he was gone all the time, or he worked so much. But you know
Why
what?
don't you
At
love
the end of the
me?
night, when he come in, them boys were there. And he was, like I said, that it weighed heavy on me.
What? So we need to start getting this on paper. What's gonna happen tomorrow?
Thanks for liking, you guys.
McKay you're gonna appear for it. McKay's just gonna say that he's not prepared to speak to it to get us a day or two.
Okay.
So we're gonna come back tomorrow.
But can we get it cleared up this week?
I think we can get it cleared up. As far as
Yeah, because I really need to get out of here.
Timeline down. I know this is exhausting. I'm concerned about sending paperwork back with you in your cell because everybody's gonna be like, what's that?
Yeah, can you guys just write it and I sign it?
Oh, no, maybe not that way. You know what I'm saying? Because this is gonna have to be your testimony.
Do I have to go to court? Well, that's what I just don't want to do.
Detective, there's several references in that video to McKay. Who is McKay?
McKay King is a prosecutor with the Wasatch County Attorney's Office.
And he was the prosecutor of the drug court.
I believe so. He's the prosecutor that we
Charged
typically
at
deal
the
with.
drug court.
Talk to in terms of getting immunity.
Correct.
There's one more statement that defense counsel picked out. And that was that Detective Maynard said, the goal is to convict Kouri of aggravated murder. Do you recall the context for that statement?
Yes. Detective Maynard was speaking with Carmen about the possibility of having to appear before a grand jury. And he again was explaining to her that process and how that works and the details that they needed for that court hearing as well as an investigation. And he was trying to convey to her the level of detail that they needed.
Scott, can I get exhibit 8-62 Delta Romeo, please?
Come on, Scott. Let's do this, Scott. Hey, guys. I see we have some new
Is this an
commenters.
accurate
I love
depiction of
this.
the May 12th, 2023 interview?
Yes, it is.
I love how the defense tries to
Your
make
Honor,
it
the
look
state
like
moves to
Carmen
publish
is a lying lunatic.
8-62
Doesn't
DR.
matter.
Previous
Kouri
objections,
trusted
Your
her to
Honor,
clean and
that have been
provide
ruled on.
drugs.
Okay.
Kouri
States
didn't take them.
8-62
So who
DR
they
is
for?
admitted and published.
And this is serious shit, but that's more up the chain serious shit. Like to the highest extreme, I think.
Well, but here's the thing, you cooperated. At the end of the day, everybody is on the same page. The goal is to convict Kouri for an aggravated murder. These parallel drug investigations, those aren't priority.
Right.
The shit goes on every day, everywhere. That's not what we're here for.
Right. I was just thinking though, that made it.
Well, that's why I had to clear this up, because I'm not gonna, give you an empty promise that
Right.
if it's bullshit, I'm not gonna say it.
Bill,
Do I have to go down there Wednesday?
if I needed my
That's
auto
totally different.
serviced, I would
Than
come
all
to you,
this.
sir.
That is
Thank
basically
you.
formalizing your testimony. This is street cop level in an interview room, right? That's where it's formalized with the grand jury.
But then they can't come back on me, right?
No, they're not charging you.
With nothing.
No.
A gas.
Detective, did you arrest Kouri Richins on May the 8th, 2023? pursuant
Day
to
after
an
my
arrest warrant?
birthday.
Yes, I did.
That same day, did detectives execute a search warrant on the Willow Court home?
Yes, the Richins home.
Were Kouri Richins and her sons living at the home at that time?
They were living there, but we planned the execution
Yeah.
of our search warrant
I agree,
intentionally to avoid the boys being home, so we waited till after they went to school.
That was nice.
When detectives executed that warrant, did they recover an orange notebook from a nightstand in the master bedroom on Kouri Richins' side of the bed?
Yes.
Doesn't that drive you nuts, though? Like, real talk. And anyone probably gonna lose some viewers by saying this, but it's my channel. I'm extremely supportive of law enforcement, but caveat, I am extremely supportive of transparent and good police work, and not what we saw from the MSP in the Karen Reed trial. Like, it's so unfortunate that we have jokers out here that behave like Michael Proctor and give all cops this horrible stigma and make them all look bad. And so I really try to point out that I have a great relationship with my local police, and it will stay that way. I cooked for them. I have volunteered my time with them. I graduated from my police academy, the Citizens Police Academy. And I do that because they are who I call when we have an emergency. And I respect where I was going with this is I respect that the police department decided to wait until the kids were at school, because kids don't forget stuff like that. And it's really like, it sticks. It sticks. So that was a good move on their part. I just thought I'd point it out.
Scott, exhibit 2-66, please.
Some cops lie.
You just scroll through
Some
that real
witnesses
quick.
lie. Yeah.
Your Honor, can I speak to Mr. Bloodworth for a moment?
Just pass him a note. Old school it, girl. You know, Kevin, and the other thing about my channel is I allow people to express their feelings and
Thank you, Your Honor.
say what they want to say, as long as it's not harmful. A lot of people share that belief.
Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a portion of that orange notebook?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-66R.
Renew all our previous objections that have been rolled on by the court already, Your Honor.
Understood. 2-66R is admitted and published.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, class, are you ready? The date is Thursday, March 3rd, 2022. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Get wrinkles. The day started out as a typical day. Ashton had a dentist appointment that morning to get a filling put in for his cavity. After the dentist, we headed back home so Ashton could stay home with Weston and Bailey while I went to school. While I went to do my weekly volunteering at the school. That afternoon/evening, I made dinner. We all ate as usual and ended the night like any other evening. Around 8:30, I read the kids a book, and about 9 o'clock, they all climbed into bed. Eric had been on his phone most of the evening in a texting something with a hunting guide from Mexico and a few other people trying to get his horns back to the US, which is actually really hard to do. When you are a hunter and you go out of country and you hunt large game, like has to sit in a warehouse for a super long period. Don't ask me how I know this. Okay. So in a texting war with a hunting guide from Mexico and a few other people trying to get his horns back to the US. Around 9 p.m., 9:15, he was screaming mad at these guys and threw his phone. At that point, he said, "Let's go have a celebration drink." The following day, I was closing on a huge investment home in Midway. I had been working on this deal for 4 months, and closing day was finally here. And Eric and I were going to toast for the closing. We went into the kitchen, and we both started grabbing the ingredients for a Moscow Mule and a lemon drop shot, my sorority shot. He was going on, and that's why I will never drink the lemon shot to this day. I haven't been drinking with everything that's been going on with me. He was going on and on about these guys in Mexico and was so mad about the entire situation. We finished talking, made our way back into our make sure to tell everyone, or not everyone, make sure to send me nice messages because I have been reading to you. We made our way back into our room and brushed our teeth. As we both climbed in bed, we could hear Ashton moaning and tossing and turning. He was having nightmares again. I told Eric I would go sleep with him and try to calm him down. We kissed, said I love you and good night, and I went to Ashton's room and laid with him. 30 minutes later, I could hear Eric snoring, and I finally fell asleep. March 4th, 2022, 3:20 a.m. Lefty! Lefty, don't leave. I woke up from sleeping with Ashton and went to crawl back into bed. It was dark and awkwardly quiet. Eric snores more times than not, so I thought it was weird I didn't hear anything. I crawled into bed and went on Eric's side of the bed and put my arm over him. He was cold, very cold. So I pulled the blanket up on him, but his body just felt so strange to me. It was heavy. It was heavy is the only word I could think to describe it. So I nudged him and said, Eric, Eric, nothing. I kept nudging him and just remembered the stiffness of his body. I jumped out of bed and ran and turned the lights on. He was pale yellow, mouth open, and an urge came over me that this was it. I can't read comments while I'm doing this, you guys. So I hope everything's okay. I have to go to a different screen. I had a feeling that things weren't good. I grabbed my phone and called 911 and ran up to Eric to see if he was breathing or had a pulse, but he didn't. Panic had struck in as I was talking to the dispatch. She had me pull Eric to the floor and do CPR. So much as I didn't want to as much as I didn't want him basically falling on the ground, I pulled him as hard as I could to get him down and began CPR/compressions until the EMT arrived. They immediately took over, getting out the defibrillator and starting compressions. The worst part of it all was when they were pumping his lungs and blood went everywhere. Ooh. It was like on replay in my head. And I want it and it won't go away. I began screaming at the EMTs that they weren't doing it right. He shouldn't be bleeding. How would I really know what is right and what is wrong? I have no idea. I screamed, cried, and just sat in the corner of the room by my dresser, rocking back and forth, hoping and praying this was a dream, fading in and out of the moment, hoping to go back to the night before, where we were laughing, kissing, and saying goodnight. The EMT finally asked me to leave the room. He could see I was visibly upset and couldn't function. He took me to the living room and had me sit down. I couldn't. I paced back and forth until an officer came out and asked, if there was someone I would like to call. I called my mom back to back until she finally picked up. I told her to come quick. The ambulance was here. Something is wrong with Eric. I was upset and crying still. I hung up and still paced back and forth until I finally just dropped to my knees praying this wasn't happening. At that point, the head EMT walked in to tell me he didn't make it. We did all that we could. I lost it. I immediately ran to the bathroom and began throwing up. During all of this, my kids had woken up and I had quickly yelled for I think it says them. And yelled for them to stay in their rooms. They knew something was up. They saw the ambulances and cop cars for what seemed hours at this point. I could feel their fear through the walls, but yet didn't have the courage to dare see them or talk to them at this point. I was curled up around the toilet when my mom walked in with the EMT lady. I could tell I need to get a new chair to sit in, had no words and just rubbed my back. She already knew he was gone. The EMT told her. I was distraught, so was she. We couldn't even speak. She just started to say what happened. But I had no answer for, I have no idea. I don't know why I find her handwriting so difficult to read. Also, yesterday was about keeping all of this out. All right, continuing on. I love you. Good night. And I went and slept with Ashton, and that was it. It just didn't make any sense. I told them, EMTs, I needed to call my father-in-law. They found my phone for me, and I did. I just said something was wrong with Eric, and he needed to come over quick. I told him the ambulance was there, but he wasn't breathing. The odd thing about when I called Gene is it was about 3:45, 4 a.m. by this time, and he sounded so perky on the hello when he answered, almost like he was expecting my call. It was very strange. Well, thank you. Tip your waitresses. Just kidding. I just flipped over to see. And I saw that comment. I appreciate you guys being here. Please make sure to make a comment in the chat and hit that like button. And of course, subscribe. Thanks. Okay, it says March 11th, picked up truck. March 12th, Cody cleaned out garage. March 14th, Cody took computers. March 4th, Eric passes away. March 5th, friends Bryce, Chelsea, Allie, Bree, Ronnie, Amy sleep over and have a few drinks and reminisce. We laughed, we cried, and we danced all night. Earlier in the afternoon, Katie mentioned a green folder and asked if I knew where it was. I mentioned I didn't know what she was talking about. She quickly changed the subject and said we would figure this out. March 6th, I call the blacksmith to open safe. To look for this green folder that Katie was talking about. The safe code, sorry. Okay. The safe code had been changed and I couldn't open it. Bryce, Amy, Chelsea, Allie, Bree, Rami slept over. Amy tried to stop me from opening it. Blank and the cops were called. March 8th, met with the funeral home / signed something. March 11th, funeral. March 22nd, Kouri starts counseling. March 26th, boys start counseling. April 11th, Detective Woody calls and asks to talk on the 12th or 13th. Sky told me to tell her the 14th. April 13th, search warrant on the house. March 28th, filed first complaint against the trust for the house. May 3rd, filed for partial summary judgment on C&E, which was the company he owned. Jan 10th, Woody calls Chelsea in for an interview. Jan 12th, Chelsea goes in for interview, is lied to that she isn't the last person I talked to. That was her best friend. That she gave a house and then had her friend kicked out of that house, evicted, with 4 children. Chelsea checks phone records. We never spoke that night. Jan 13th, Jim drives red truck for oil change. Cody finds out and goes to get it. July 17th, 2022. Find about the private investigator. Oh, you can tell she's pissed when she's writing this. Do you see how much the handwriting changed? He was outside my neighbor's while Carter's 10th birthday party was happening. September 7th, Amy driving by the house trying to take pictures. November 22nd, Katie files motion to bring boys in on case. November 30th, first court hearing. Someone and Amy would not turn on camera. Oh, Katie and Amy would not turn on. I'm assuming it says cameras. Judge reschedules court for March 2nd to determine if kids need to be involved and if the PI has to follow subpoena, has to follow subpoena and gives us all his info. November 7th, Amy is served subpoena. January 3rd, Mike Mal something gets interviewed. November 23rd, 2022, I find out Eric had been consulting a divorce attorney. But that was like 2 years before.
Detective O'Driscoll did
right.
also execute a search warrant at the Willow Court home on November the 7th, 2024.
Yes.
Hi, Vicky.
Scott, exhibit 2-65, please. Is this an accurate depiction, a document recovered from the kitchen cabinet of the home pursuant to that search warrant?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-65.
No objection.
2-65 is admitted.
For anyone that jumped in while I was reading that, I was reading something. Okay, continues to say Eric home 6 to 6:30, fighting with Mexican, drunk in bed, drank half, brushed his teeth. I was in bed after I brushed mine, talked through the doorway. Moscow mules, lemon water, vodka. I don't know what that says. Rum. January through March 21st, gone. funeral, didn't have my phone, kids bed around 9, drink around 9 p.m. and drink around 9:30/9:45. I laid down, instant, heard Ashton, went in, came back at 3. Mom came.
Did Kouri and Eric Richins exchange text messages regarding the Midway Mansion?
Yes. I believe those were located on Eric's phone.
Scott, Exhibit 2-17D, please.
Is this her children's book? Thankfully not. If you guys are just now jumping in here, thank you for coming by. And please make sure to drop a comment, say hello, or just an emoji, and like the stream. It helps the algorithm significantly and puts this in front of other people. So I greatly appreciate it. Thanks. I think these are just notes that she was taking for herself, probably to give to her attorney. We really haven't been told, so I'm just making an assumption.
Is this an accurate depiction of a January 5th, 2022 text exchange between Kouri and Eric Richins?
Yes, and the green bubbles are Eric, and the blue bubbles are Miss Richins.
Ooh.
Your Honor, can we have just one moment, please?
He's very intimidating looking.
Just a moment, Your Honor. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Vicky, have you had any wins recently? Vicky has a channel where she does like scratchers and stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, absolutely make sure to give her a follow.
That's okay, Your Honor. No objection at this time.
Aw, no wins recently, but I'ma keep searching. You do you, boo boo. I love that for you. But hopefully more wins in the future. Okay, this is from Eric to Kouri. There's a guy down here that is gonna buy the sheep tag from Todd next year, and he tried to get the tag from me today, but I said I was crazy for not shooting this ram we saw. He wasn't even that big. I understand hunting, but I don't understand, like, I don't know. She says to him, how much money you got, bro? I'll sell it for 15,000. Hey, while you're sitting there doing nothing, need your opinions. I know this may change with Jeff. It says, I know this may change with Jeff said, but for now I have to put together an analysis for Matt, which is what I'm doing now because he has an investor that is thinking he will come in at the full 2.9. I need estimated costs on the following: exterior work, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, flooring, painting, sheetrock, pool, miscellaneous equipment, VR and golf, tile, cabinets, appliances, light fixtures, finish work, landscaping. Add up to 4 million. He knows these are guesses, but wants a breakdown. I have no idea. I would be way off just trying to guess. And she sends some sort of photo. It's bedtime. Why are you still up? This is at 10 o'clock at night. I need to have this done tonight. He has a meeting with him tomorrow. Well, I think it will come out to about 6 million. OMG, hot, never mind. Never mind. To fix all the rotted plywood and everything else, 125,000. Exterior work, 650,000. HVAC, 200,000. Plumbing, 200,000. Electrical, 200,000. Flooring, 250,000. Painting, 150,000. Sheetrock, 150,000. Pool, 300,000. Climbing, miscellaneous climbing wall, basketball court, golf simulator, 600,000. Tile, 125,000. Cabinets, 150,000. Appliances, 100,000. Light fixtures, 50,000. Finish work, 200,000. In landscaping and driveway and pulling the sewer and electrical, 750,000. Not sure what that adds up to, but that's my best guess. And this was on 1/5 of 22 via email. Thank you, kind sir. That's what I needed. Go to bed. Love you. Love you. Good night. Add 250,000 more in for driveway and landscape. Okay, cool. Done. 4,450,000. Still not bad. All in 7.35. Sell it for 14 mil to be safe. Yeah, but I bet I'm low on a bunch of things. And remember, we don't have this project. We don't have time for this project. Yeah, but I bet I'm low. Oh, never mind. It was the same. That's fine. He said he knows it's a guess for now. No, we're not doing it, but Matt doesn't finance anything without an analysis to give his investors. They want to see some sort of numbers. Smart man. Smart investors.
Scott 2-37D, please.
I mean, I recognize this was a mansion. Don't get me wrong. Some of those numbers seemed
Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a March 2nd, 2022 text
majorly
message between Kouri
inflated.
and Eric Richins?
Yes, that's correct.
Your Honor, the state moves
What
to
do you
admit
guys
and
think?
publish 2-37D.
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
2-37D is admitted.
Dag nabbit. This is from Kouri to him. I can't. Celebratory shot tonight. I got to do this final paperwork this morning because everyone is funding tomorrow. And then I promised Virginia that I would go walk with her 1 to 2 because we didn't have time yesterday. I'm sorry. This is when he asked if she wanted to do a celebratory shot tonight in something else. Okay, love ya. Love you.
I want to turn now to some other text messages. Scott 2-71R, please.
I'm not even moving screens this time.
Is this an accurate depiction of a May 24th, 2023 text message between Kouri Richins and her brother, DJ Kouri?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-71R.
No objection.
2-71R is admitted and published.
Okay, so this message is from Kouri Richins and it says relationship brother. And it says, did Eric ever talk about suicide? Not suicide specifically. He would always say things like, if anything happened to me, you guys will be set for life. Like when he would go hunting or snowmobiling or things, something like that. Sorry, that was a triple click on my part.
Thanks, Scott. Can I get 2-72R? Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a May 23rd, 2023 text exchange between Kouri Richins and her mother, Lisa Darden?
The date I'm seeing is May 31st.
Sorry, May 31st.
But yes, between Ms. Richins and Lisa Darden.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 5-72R.
No objection.
5-72R is admitted.
Oh, okay. Cool, Hayden. Who's that? The guy that worked for us? Yes. What's weird about that? I hardly even know him. I helped him do a business license and get insurance one time. Another one wanting their 15 minutes of fame. Oh God, ha.
5 or 2? I'm sorry.
Sorry,
2.
Grammar.
2-72R.
Is-
Yes.
That's, sorry about that.
Horrible.
Detective, I'd like to turn now to some phone calls. Scott, can I get
No more reading.
2-76 and 2-76T?
Lefty, still here? How's it going?
1 second, detective. The detective can see 2-76T.
Your Honor, 2-76 on the left side is an audio recording, so there's nothing to see.
Okay.
Is this an accurate transcription and audio recording of an August 22, 2023 phone call between Kouri Richins and Lisa Darden?
The transcript does represent that, yes. I don't have the audio recording, but the transcript is accurate.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish
He's back to
2-76
playing
and 2-76T.
If we could just have the instruction on the other speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, during this telephone conversation, you will hear the voice of Kouri Richins. You will also hear the voice of people that are not Kouri Richins. You can consider and accept the statements made by Kouri Richins for their truth or for any purpose. The people that are not Kouri Richins, you cannot consider their statements for the truth of what they say. You can only consider their statements for the effect they had upon the listener, Kouri Richins. 2-76 and 2-76T are admitted.
Picked up the sandwiches from the diner. Are you asking me that? Yes. Oh, I did. I thought so. Okay, that's enough of that. I said, no. I said, Ronnie, yes. And there was something about a love letter put on the seat of his truck with the sandwiches. I said, I don't think so, Ronnie. I never heard that. I said, I believe they were eating in the office. Yeah, supposedly you put a love letter on the seat of his truck with the sandwiches. No. Yeah, exactly. In the office? bullshit shit. Yeah. He became deathly ill. Well, Bailey was there. Like, and that's what I put.
No, it's a mansion,
Yeah.
Mitchell.
That's what I put. God, they can come up with some wild shit. I told DJ, I was like, what do these people do? Just sit around a damn table and see who can come up with the craziest fucking stories? Well, you know, it makes sense to them. They were they're saying I put a love note on a poisoned sandwich and put it in his car? What the hell? Yes. God, what kind of psycho? Here's a poisoned sandwich I gave you. Here's a love note. On Valentine's Day. Like, what the fuck? Huh? On the seat of his truck is what it says.
She's smiling.
What in the hell?
That's not a really good look, Cor.
Oh my God, they are nuts. And they're gonna go so stupid. And that's the thing. I feel like all of America, really, when people get
All
up
of
to
us,
actually
guys.
testify and say, no, that is a lie. That did not happen. I was there.
Oh, look.
You can't compete with somebody who's
Hey, buddy.
there on your
How's it going?
Right. You know, so I'm just like, you know, and the stupid part is the freaking detectives, so just all those idiots, they know this. When they were at my house, I told them this. But there again, you have through anyway. And I almost wonder if they didn't tell the prosecutor. So they're saying it was on. They're saying just a few days later, Valentine's Day, Kouri made Eric a sandwich and placed it on the seat of his truck along with the supposed love note. Oh my gosh, what the hell? And then the next question is, when Eric ate the sandwich, he immediately broke out in hives, had trouble breathing. He later told his friend he thought Kouri tried to poison him.
Crazy As has entered the chat. And by chat,
It is so
I mean,
fucking sad that you would go to this. Mm-hmm. Lie. And Austin was right. I did go back and look where they do start with, I believe. Well, I'm going to have a whole bunch of I believe today when Rick calls me. Well, exactly. And that's what I was like, well, you believe that I believe this. Yes. Exactly. Oh my gosh, they're ridiculous. So Ronnie said, what are you calling him? And I said, I'm not. He's supposed to call me today. I said, and then I want my question.
if you don't know Expert,
I believe.
make sure to give him a follow as well.
I'll show you, I believe. And he just sent me a text and asked me when I'm free today. But just sure as I say, go ahead and call. Ronnie's going to call back and we're not done.
Scott, can I please get 2-77 and 2-77T? Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a transcript of a second August 22nd, 2023 phone call between Kouri Richins and this time her brother, Ronnie, regarding Valentine's Day 2022?
Could Scott scroll through a couple of the pages just so I can verify?
Yeah.
They're on a first name basis now.
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-77 and 2-77T.
Same instruction, Your Honor, but no objection.
As with the last audio recording and transcript, you may consider Kouri Richins having this conversation for the truth of the matter. You may not consider the statements made by people that are not Kouri Richins for the truth of the matter of what they say. You may only consider those people's statements for the effect they had upon Kouri Richins as the listener. The 2-77 and 2-77T are admitted.
Eric a sandwich and put a love note
Looking-
on it and the sandwich was poison?
Oh my God, I know. It's like, no, the fuck, that did not happen. I was like, no, that didn't happen. Here's what happened. Nanny can testify. That's who fucking lived there. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
Like, that's not at all what happened. Where the fuck are you getting this bullshit?
Yeah, and like I even like have
No.
like my bank statement and stuff showing that I bought lunch at Mira like I didn't make any fucking.
Yeah, I know. I was like, no. I was like, no. These sandwiches are bought from a restaurant from a diner up the road. Receipts to prove it. This shit didn't happen. They're working in the office, and Nanny's there to testify that all of this is true, and everything they just said is complete horseshit.
Detective, are you familiar with what is known as the walk the dog letter?
Oh,
Yes, I am.
ooh,
Scott,
okay.
exhibit
right.
2-86R, please. If you could scroll through that for the detective.
Two dash. I have trouble reading. I'm sorry. 86R.
Detective, is this an accurate depiction of a 6-page letter to Lisa Darden written on either September 12th or 13th, 2023, that investigators recovered on September the 14th, 2023, from a book that was among Kouri Richins' personal possessions?
Pause for 1 moment.
Your Honor, I object. I think there needs to be a foundation laid of if whether or not it's to her mother.
Please approach.
I am stoked to hear about this because I have gone out of my way to avoid learning about it. And this was like a huge deal. They really didn't want this to come in and like certain parts of it to be provided to the jury. So I know that it came out during the civil trial, but which was handled before this, but this is brand new information to me. Wait, I might have to read. So let's keep the glasses on.
All right. Do you remember the question, Mr. Detective Richins?
I can ask it.
Okay, please.
Is this an accurate depiction of a 6-page letter to Lisa Darden written on either September the 12th or 13th, 2023, that investigators recovered on September the 14th, 2023, from a book that was among Kouri Richins' personal possessions?
This is that letter. It has redactions, but yes, this is that letter.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-86R.
Just renew the previous objections the court's already ruled upon.
Okay. 2-86R is admitted and published.
Detective O'Driscoll, can you please, starting at the top where it says page 1, read this letter aloud?
Page 1, walk the dog, but take vague notes so you remember. Here is what I'm thinking, but you have to talk to Ronnie. He would probably have to testify to this, but it's super short, not a lot to it. He will need to tell Sky at the meeting next week. Upon information and belief, just like they say, a year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie was over watching football one Sunday, and Eric and Ronnie were chatting about Eric's Mexico trips. Eric told Ronnie he gets pain pills and fentanyl from Mexico from the workers at the ranch. Not to tell me because I would get mad, because I always said he just gets high every night and won't help take care of the kids. There are pictures in my phone of Eric passed out on the floor or in the chair. Ronnie should have texts from Eric talking about getting high as well. Eric told Ronnie he keeps them in an allergy pill bottle in his work truck, so I wouldn't find them. Ronnie never told me about the conversation. Eric finally told me and asked if Carmen could get him some. Eric never wanted anyone to know he had an issue, especially get caught. He always wanted Kouri to go down for him. When they traveled, Eric would put his drugs in Kouri's bag at the airlines right before they boarded. That way, if they were caught, Kouri got in trouble, not him. Once they got to wherever they were going, Eric would pull the drugs out of her bag and it would cause a huge fight. She was pissed he would risk her
Thanks
going
for
to
the
jail
jewels,
for his drug
Amy
use.
Jenkins.
He just would laugh about it. Eric couldn't ruin his image that he had drug issues, so he would do whatever he had to. Kouri has never done any type of pills, didn't like them. Rarely would she consume THC, only if Eric begged her because it was a special occasion. Reword this however he needs to make the point. Just include it all. The connection has to be made with Mexico and drugs. Ronnie will have the messages to prove Eric confided in him about getting high. It can be short and to the point, but has to be done. Upon information and belief, LOL. They never found pain pills or fentanyl in my house because he hid it in allergy bottle in work truck. And Cody emptied out work truck within a week, so they were never found. When you talk to Ronnie about this, meet up with him in person. I worry sometimes your house and phone are bugged. Maybe drive down to SL and meet him after work without Bree. Tell Ronnie, don't overanalyze it. It was a quick 2-minute conversation, LOL. Tell him I need him to do this. Bring me home and then we will get those damn bitches. Also, please text Lotto or call. Tell him do not text me anything about us doing things together ever. Like church, skiing, trips, nothing that puts us together. It doesn't look good. We're so close to the end. Let's push through. Have the conversation with Ronnie before he meets with Sky. Then tell him to tell Sky at the meeting about the conversation. Hang in there. We're almost there. Love you to the moon. Take vague notes of all this so you remember before you walk the dog.
Detective, does Sky in that letter refer to Sky Lazaro, Kouri Richins' former defense counsel?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Nestor, please.
Thank you. Let's jump right back into that letter since we're on it while it's fresh on our memory. It's
Let's
Exhibit
go.
286 for the record.
You want me to put it back up?
Cannot
Yes, please, Your Honor.
believe-
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
All right, so this letter that you just read aloud, do you know the date that it was written?
I believe it was September either 12th or 13th.
Okay. And in this letter, the very beginning letter tells, I guess if it's her mother that she's addressing it to, if that's what you say, that to remind Ronnie to tell Sky this story, correct?
Oh, what part are you referencing?
The story about what Eric told him about getting fentanyl from Mexico.
There is a part that says tell Sky at the meeting next week.
Okay. So it looks like there's about to be a meeting with her lawyer, Sky, right?
I have no idea if that happened or if that was about to happen.
Okay, well, that's what it says.
It says at the meeting next
Okay.
week.
All right. So there's a meeting coming up with the lawyer, and Kouri is relaying something that Ronnie had known from the past, and something that occurred between him and Eric in the past, right? When they were watching a football game.
You pause for a moment. Go ahead, Mr.
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation.
Sustained.
Okay, let's blow it up. We're going to get very particular. All right.
She's
A
sassy.
year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie was over watching football one Sunday, and then she tells a story about something that Eric allegedly told Ronnie, right? And just by the way, if you could go up just a little bit above that.
Wait for the answer.
Wait, before let me rephrase. Katie, if you could go back up to he will need to tell Sky at the meeting next week, just start right there and then highlight. And then thank you. I'll rephrase.
You're withdrawing that question.
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah, strike.
So he's going to need to tell Sky next week about a year prior to his death, something Eric told Ronnie, allegedly, right? About his trips to Mexico.
Your Honor, there's no question there.
It ended in a question mark.
Thank you, Your Honor. Right?
It includes the word allegedly.
Yes. Right?
Any other objection?
Your Honor, perhaps you could just re-ask it again.
Sure. One more time, Ms. Nestor.
In the letter, because you said you weren't sure, so we're looking right at the letter. In the letter, she says at a meeting with Sky next week, and she talks about Ronnie telling a story about a year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie being over watching football one Sunday and talking to him about his trips to Mexico, right?
That's what the document says.
Okay. As the chief investigator of this case, did you ever go to Ronnie and say, hey, did this happen?
I believe investigators reached out to Ronnie. I don't think it was me, but I believe one of the other investigators reached out to Ronnie for interview and were not able to talk to him.
So the answer is you were never able to confirm or deny with Ronnie whether this actually happened.
I was not.
Okay, let's go to the next page. Then she tells a story
Girlfriend's ready.
about Eric putting drugs in her bag at the airlines right before they board.
Okay, guys, that would
You see
really
that? Can you
upset
highlight it,
me.
please, Katie?
I'm not gonna
Now
lie.
that story has been verified by Allie Staking, her friend that testified before this jury, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation.
Have you been sitting in this?
The objection's overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is that right?
Could you rephrase the question?
That story about
You
Eric putting
rephrase
drugs in Kouri's bag when they would travel and causing a fight was verified in this courtroom by Ellie Staking under oath. Is that correct?
I listened to Ms. Staking's testimony. She told of one incident when that happened.
Okay.
This says Eric would, as if it happened multiple times, so I don't know. I just know what I heard Ms. Staking testify to.
Did you ever ask any of Kouri's friends or family if they knew of situations where it had happened before?
Where what had happened before?
Where Eric had put drugs in Kouri's luggage when they traveled?
I don't recall asking that specific question, but I think I heard about it coming up. I don't remember who the conversation was with, but I think I had heard something to this effect before.
Was it involving a trip to Mexico?
Not specifically, no.
Okay. Do you remember where the trip was involved?
I don't. Sorry.
So at least someone in your investigation did at least suggest that they knew of another situation besides Hawaii where Eric did this.
No, I don't know if it was a separate one or if they were referencing the same one. I don't
Okay.
know for sure.
All right. Oh my God, that would make me so mad. All right, if we could go to the bottom of the.
I don't know,
Probably around
guys.
half.
Maybe I'm old fashioned, but the whole fact that he's putting them in her bag. So if they
All
get
right, there's
found,
references in
she's
here
goes to
that Ronnie will
federal
have messages on his
prison.
phone to prove Eric confided in him about getting high, right?
Like
That's
you
what
can
this
do
text
it.
says.
As the chief investigator in this
you?
case, did you ever go check Ronnie's phone to see if those existed to verify this?
I was made aware of this letter after May 8th
Of
Like-
2023.
of 2023.
Okay.
Like I said, I believe investigators reached out to Ronnie to talk to him in general about the case, and he denied letting us talk to him. So no, I was never able to confirm this with his cell phone.
So we sure have sat in this courtroom and listened to a lot of testimony about search warrants to seize phones. You know how to do that, right?
I didn't know how to do that.
Didn't issue a search warrant to get Ronnie's phone to see if that happens to be true.
No, but like I said, this information came to me well after May 8th, 2023.
Okay, sir, that's 3 years ago, right?
Yep.
And isn't it true you issued a search warrant as recently as 2 months ago to search the house for, I think, the 10th or 11th time, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then can we go to the very last little bit about they never found pain pills or fentanyl in my house?
Hey guys, please don't forget to hit the like button and drop a
At the
comment.
bottom?
I greatly appreciate it. Thank you
Yes,
so
please.
much.
Thank you.
I can see that.
You can see it? Great. Okay. So again, this refers to the previous page where Eric allegedly told Ronnie that he kept his drugs in an allergy bottle in his work truck so that Kouri wouldn't find it, right?
Objection foundation, that's not what the previous page says.
We
But-
just go back to the previous page.
Sure.
and use the-
Absolutely. Katie, can you go back to the first page and find the section in there about where he kept his drugs?
Is she referring to allergy medicine
Yep.
as drugs? Is that what I just heard?
Eric told Ronnie he keeps them in an allergy pill bottle in his work truck so
Oh.
I wouldn't find them. Isn't that what that says?
The
I
whole
misunderstood.
sentence says Eric told
Sorry.
Ronnie he keeps them in an allergy pill bottle in his work truck so I wouldn't find them.
And by the way, this was seized September 14th of 2023, correct?
I believe so, yes.
And at that point, had you revealed to Kouri that you had found an empty hydrocodone bottle in Eric's nightstand the day of his death? Had you ever revealed that to her or her lawyer at this point?
I personally didn't find the bottle.
Okay.
It was located on the night of Eric's death and was transported with his body to the ME's office.
There's no way for Kouri to know that when she wrote this, right?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
Sustained.
Okay, that's fair. All right, go back to what we were just talking about, to the bottom of the second page. All right. They never found pain pills or fentanyl in my house because Eric hid it in an allergy bottle in the work truck, right? So that connects to what we just saw on the first page of what he allegedly
You
told
just
Ronnie.
think Corey's good looking.
What is your question? Yes, I can see that this document says that.
And the next sentence says, and Cody emptied I'm sorry, it's cut off on my screen, but not that one. I'm going to share a screen with the jury. And Cody emptied out work truck within a week. We've heard that verified by Cody in this courtroom that he said to the jury under oath, correct? While you were sitting in here.
Objection foundation, I don't think that's what he said.
Sustained. You got to rephrase.
Did Cody come pick up the work truck within a few days of Eric's death?
I'm not personally aware.
Did you sit in this courtroom here and testify to that?
I
I
believe
knew it.
Okay.
Yeah, her
yes,
voice
I sat in the courtroom.
is.
Yes, I heard his testimony. I don't remember exactly.
I've heard
what he
worse.
And just in case the jury has been so focused on that witness box that they don't notice what's happening back here, you've actually been in this courtroom every single day, every single minute, listening to every single person testify, right?
said. Nearly, yeah,
Almost.
almost.
Maybe a bathroom break here and there, which you're entitled. Okay. All right, let's take that down. Now,
He's
I
like,
wanna go
U.S.
back
Marshals, I'm out here.
to-
Hire me.
Oh, by the way, the just last little thing on the walk the dog letter, and then I swear I'll quit beating a dead horse. But the walk the dog letter, to your knowledge, was the walk the dog letter ever delivered to Kouri's mom, to her brother, to the lawyer, to anybody?
I don't believe so, not to my knowledge.
Okay, thank you. All right. Now let's back up just a little bit to your entry into this case. Oh, Your Honor, I left my notes. May I please return to the table?
No.
Too excited and ran up here too fast and left all my questions for you on the back.
Oh,
So
honey. You
Okay.
ran?
I want to talk to you about the time. So you basically, before you even entered this case as the new head of the investigation, lead investigator, thank you so much. I want to use your terminology. Before that, you did what's called a trash cover at Carmen's house, right?
We call it a trash rip.
A trash what?
Rip.
Rip. Okay, I've never heard that. So you did a trash rip at Carmen's house, correct?
You referenced a time frame. I don't remember what you said. Could you rephrase it?
Would it refresh your memory that around February 21st of 2023, you searched Carmen's trash
It was probably around that time, yeah.
before you were technically the lead investigator of this case?
That's possible, yeah.
And you said you found some foil, right?
Yes.
And that's usually an indication that someone's been maybe freebasing, heating it up in foil and then smoking it typically.
I don't know the term freebasing, but
I'm from the 80s. I'm old, so you probably don't know that term. But
from my experience, people will put a substance, any substance that they want to smoke, on top of tinfoil. They'll heat it from underneath with a lighter or torch, and then they'll smoke the fumes that come off of the substance.
okay. And did you test the substances that you recovered from her trash that day?
I believe we submitted some of those pieces of paraphernalia to be tested, but I don't remember if we ever got results for them. If they were only tested, I don't remember. I have to check records.
Would it refresh your memory to say that only meth and heroin were recovered and no fentanyl?
Like I said, I can't remember without checking my records.
You certainly can't tell the jury under oath that they got fentanyl out of her trash that day, right?
No, I don't remember us finding anything that was confirmed as fentanyl.
Okay. And then at the end of March, I believe, someone started tracking Carmen's car. Is that right?
Correct.
Was that you all or was that Mr. Gabler?
Who is you all?
The law enforcement, sorry.
We did apply for a GPS tracker warrant for Carmen's vehicle, yes.
All right.
Huh. I thought it was.
And then you get to be
PI
assigned a lead
Terminator.
investigator around April the 11th.
I think it was in March sometime. I would have to check my notes again, but I believe it was about mid-March, early to mid-March.
Okay. And the first real step that you took as lead investigator, would it be fair to say that was when you applied for a warrant for Kouri and Eric's cell phones?
Oh, it's been just as long for me as everybody else. So I remember that I applied for a warrant for, well, I'm sorry, I don't remember. One of the first things I remember doing is applying for a search warrant for medical records for Kouri.
For Kouri?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. All right. And did you also apply for medical records for Eric?
I think those had already been requested or seized subject to a warrant.
By Detective Woody. Actually, I think she did testify to that. I think that's right.
I believe so. One of the investigators previous to my getting into the case.
And then you decided to knock on Kouri's door and interview her, right?
At one point I did, yeah.
And when you showed up to interview,
Objection, Your Honor, beyond the scope.
What's his name?
can I have the court's indulgence for just a moment? I need to go chat with my co-counsel for just 1 second.
No problem.
Court's indulgence, please. I mean, she did a good job pointing out that there was no fentanyl at Carmen's house. But at the same time, I really don't think that hit as hard as it could have.
All right, so we are going to leave that topic alone and we're going to move forward, okay?
Okay.
Also, the other things that you did in the mid to end of April of 2023, shortly after you were assigned to the case, you also looked at extracted Kouri's cell phone. Did you not?
Yes, I would have to verify the date, but yes.
Okay. And when you extracted the phone, were you able to start looking at her texts and looking at everything in her phone?
Yes. At this time, we had just acquired our own forensic equipment. So previously, we relied on the RCFL for our digital forensic evidence extractions and so forth. We had just started getting our own forensic equipment, and so I downloaded Kouri's phone, and I don't remember the format of the software to analyze it, but I do remember seeing the text messages and the gaps in the text messages.
Was that the first time you'd ever extracted a phone on the new equipment?
I don't remember it was the very first, but it was one of the first times, yes.
And was there anybody who assisted you in doing that extraction?
Yes, Miss Gibson did.
Right. And are you or Ms. Gibson certified on Celebrite or the extraction grade key, whatever you use to extract?
Miss Gibson is. I'm not.
All right. And then after you extracted Kouri's cell phone, you
dude
interviewed Chelsea Barney. Did you not?
I did.
And Chelsea's testified here. Chelsea was
Ramos,
Richins' dear friend from junior high, right?
That's what I understood. Yes.
Nestor, and Lewis.
And when Chelsea came in to be interviewed, didn't you tell her that you had evidence that she and Kouri had spoken the night of Eric's death?
Chelsea did not come in anywhere when I interviewed her. I interviewed her in her home in Heber.
Oh, were you present when she did the interview at the sheriff's department?
No, I was not.
All right. So when you interviewed her at her home in Heber, did you tell Chelsea that you had evidence that she and Kouri had spoken the night of Eric's death?
Your Honor, just a foundation as to what time frame are we talking about?
Can you? Sure, I'm glad to. Can you tell us when you interviewed Chelsea in Heber?
I can't give you an exact date. My best guess is it was probably April sometime of 2023.
Before Kouri's arrest
Ramos.
date. And when you interviewed Chelsea in April of 2023, did you represent to her that you had evidence that she and Kouri had spoken the night of Eric's death?
I don't think it was phrased that way. So we had some interest in the timeline of their communication between Chelsea and Kouri the night of Eric's death. Because when we looked at what was available on the phone, it appeared that Chelsea and Kouri texted every single day. Like they were always talking with each other. And then there was a gap, I believe, between March 2nd and March 4th. So that stuck out to me as unusual. And I did bring that up with Chelsea and just asked her if she knew of any reason that there would be that gap. And then she was actually able to produce some documents from her cell carrier that we went over together, and it looked like that matched up.
So you originally suspected that maybe she had deleted a conversation with Kouri?
That's what it looked like initially, is that there was an unusual gap in communication between these two best friends that I understood them to be.
Okay. And it turned out that was incorrect, right?
From what I'm remembering, yes. So there's some confusion because there were just personal direct text messages between just Kouri and Chelsea. And then there was a group chat of all their friends.
Right.
And it was hard to distinguish in the beginning which occurred when. And I think that's where some of the confusion came from.
But ultimately, you were able to agree with Chelsea that she did not speak with Kouri the night of Eric's death and did not delete any messages with Kouri, correct?
I couldn't find anything that suggested otherwise.
Right. And then was Chelsea unhappy with the way that you all handled her interview?
I don't know.
To your knowledge, were you aware that she filed a complaint that she had been misled about her phone when she was being interviewed by your office?
Isn't
I was a
Your Honor, just
aren't they allowed to do that?
I think timing's important here. I think counsel's confused about two different interviews, so I think we need foundation on timing.
Would you just be more specific about the complaint or what it was about with some month and year?
Yes, sure. Shortly after Chelsea was interviewed, the time with you and the follow-up time, did she file a complaint against your
No,
office?
that's the problem. Can you break it down one at a
Oh
time?
my
They're two different
God.
events.
How long have you been doing this, Nestor? Why don't you know how to do your job, Nestor? You're exhausting us.
I'm going to get specific about timing.
Okay.
And
We
it's
gotta
not like
solve the
it's
problem.
boring. She's just like,
Prior to your interview,
be good at your job.
was Chelsea asked to come in by Detective Woody? When you reviewed the file, were you aware that there had been a previous interview with Chelsea?
I don't know if it was when I reviewed the file, but I was aware that Chelsea had come in for an interview, and that was prior to when I talked to her.
You're right. And after that interview with Detective Woody, did Chelsea file a complaint about being misled when she was brought in?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Help me out. I'm not sure where we're headed.
Your Honor, do you think it's relevant?
Why don't you approach for a moment?
Okay.
If you could just trust me on this one, Judge, I promise I won't let you down, sir. Jeez. So I believe that this is the last witness for the state, which means we begin the defense. I think. Yeah, we've had a few comments tonight about the beard. How are you? Thanks for jumping in here. I don't like beards just don't do it for me. Sorry. Or like has elastic around the back.
Ms. Nestor, if you'd ask your next question, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh.
All right. And in addition to you interviewing Chelsea at her home in Heber sometime in mid-April, you also interviewed a close friend of Eric named Jake, right?
Yes.
All right.
Jake Sorensen.
And then you, at the end of April,
Oh.
is when Mr. Bloodworth said on April 26th, when you got the warrant and executed the warrant on Carmen Lauber's house, right?
We executed a warrant on Carmen Lauber's residence on April 26, 2023.
Right. So between April 11th or end of March, when you first joined the case, and April 26th of 23, you possibly got a warrant for cell phones. You extracted Kouri's phone, interviewed Chelsea and Jake. And then that's when the seizure happened at Carmen's house, right?
I'm not sure what you're referencing about the April 11th date.
That's the date on your report when you were assigned to the case.
Oh,
so that's the date I've been
evil
using. But if you remember it
kitten.
earlier,
That's the date
Has
that I
it
wrote the report.
no. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It's
The
not, if you remember it
ring
was the end of March, we'll go with that. That's fine. I'll
I said
use the end of March.
mid-March, but
Okay. And then you search Carmen's house. And then the next day is when we saw the interview that you had with Carmen at the jail, right?
yes. So Carmen's home was searched on April 26th. That same day, she was arrested for driving on suspended license.
Okay.
And then the next day was the first time that we spoke with her at the Wasatch County Jail.
So first, the search of her house. Was any fentanyl located in her house at all?
No.
Then when you go to interview her, do you know what time of the night or the day she was pulled over for driving with the suspended license?
It was in the morning.
And what time of day did you see her on the 27th?
I don't remember. I would have to look at the timestamp on the video of the interview.
And I watched the interview, but I never saw anyone ask her if she was under the influence while you were interviewing her. Did anyone ever ask her that question?
I don't remember. I don't think so, but I don't remember.
And is it fair to say in that first interview, before any promises have been made about leniency or anything, Carmen denied ever being asked for fentanyl by Kouri Richins?
Yeah, I testified earlier that drug dealers, in my experience, when you interview them, will initially.
Well, let me stop you. I'm asking about Carmen, not other drug dealers. I'm asking about Carmen Lauber. Did she deny
Correct.
ever being asked by Kouri Richins for fentanyl?
Yeah, as most other drug dealers also do when I interview them.
And did she share with you a personal tragedy that her daughter had OD'd on fentanyl?
Oh no.
Yes.
And did she tell you that because of that, she didn't mess with fentanyl?
Objection, Your Honor.
I
think she's asking. about
objection,
the
just
prior interview.
you're incorrect.
Let me ask a more specific question
This-
about approaching for a moment.
She's not happy. Well, unless she's getting fed or terrorizing me. She's about to bite me. I mean, this cat is. What would make you happy? Me just gnawing on my lifeless body? Oh, she rubbed her head up against my arm like, no, I love you. We are getting closer to the end.
The objection is overruled. Ms. Nestor, you're next. Did you get an answer to that question? I'm not sure you did.
I'm not sure I did either, so let me ask it again. Did Ms. Lauber tell you that because of what happened to her daughter tragically, that she did not mess with fentanyl? She didn't deal with it?
I believe those were her words, yes.
Right. As a matter of fact, the first people that ever injected the word fentanyl into any conversation with Carmen Lauber were you and the other investigating officers, correct? Came out of y'all's mouth.
I
first,
think
not
this
hers.
is interesting.
Objection, Your Honor, argument.
Overruled.
Like, definitely
Referred to by y'all.
most
I'm sorry,
interesting
I did it
I'm still
again.
focused on the previous question because I thought there was going to be a follow-up question about
of
my
the
impression.
day.
So the first people that mentioned fentanyl in the interview were law enforcement, not Ms. Lauber, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Because I think we told her in that first interview that while investigating Eric Richins, we told him that we were investigating Eric Richins' death and that he had died of a fentanyl overdose.
All right. And then you went back and interviewed her again and again and again, right?
5 more distinct separate interviews.
And I believe that I wrote this in quotes because I try to be precise. I believe that when we were listening to the recording, and the jury will, I trust the jurors' memories on this, but the phrase, "you're the biggest piece," right? That was said.
Yep.
And that meant you're the biggest piece of this puzzle, right?
In context, I'm trying to remember what was said before that. I think there was a Miss Lauber made a reference to.
That's all
can
that
we just,
matters.
put all the pieces together in front of us so we can see how it happened.
Actually, it
And
wasn't
I'll
can
allow
we, it was can you put the pieces
Okay.
together for me, correct?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah. And so in context, we said, yeah, you're the biggest piece of that set of information that we're trying to figure out.
And you also, and I wrote
Okay.
this in quotes, and hopefully the jury will recall this the way I do, you hold all the cards.
Yeah, as in she had all the
Man.
information that we didn't know.
And we saw her struggling and telling you repeatedly that she could not recall dates, she could not remember certain things. Is that right?
She told us several times that she had difficulty remembering, and
And-
that
I'm
the
so
more
sorry.
and that the more that we brought to her and showed her things that were corroborated, the more she remembered and the better recollection she had.
And then within less than a few days of when she finally gave you what you needed, that there was fentanyl involved in her transactions, within a few days is when you issued the warrant to arrest Kouri, right?
I go to Costco.
We interviewed Carmen between April 27th
Meow, meow.
and May 13th.
It's the day of my
The
surgery.
warrant for Kouri's arrest was issued by 3rd District Court on May 8th.
But when was it requested?
Day after my birthday.
May 3rd? Does that refresh your
I
memory?
don't request arrest warrants.
You signed, you're right, that's done by the county attorney's office, correct?
They filed charges in the case and requested an arrest warrant. We were made aware of it on May 8th.
Within days of Carmen Lauber agreeing with you that fentanyl was involved.
May 8th falls between April 27th and May 13th, yes.
Okay. I want to talk about your investigation into. Oh, by the way, let me back up.
It's a
Since
great
you have
month to have a
become
birthday.
the lead investigator in
Her
this
birthday
case,
is May 5th.
have you ever located the hydrocodone bottle that was found on the nightstand next to Eric?
Can you define located? I know where it's been at certain points throughout the investigation,
Okay,
but we don't currently have it in our possession right now.
that's all I need. I want to talk about the Valentine's Day investigation. All right.
Okay.
Katie, can you bring up, just for the witness only, Your Honor, Exhibit 3-13D as in Delta? Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, it states Exhibit 3-13D.
And is it fair to say that this exhibit is a visual clip of the locations where Eric was on February the 14th of 2022 based on geolocation in his phone?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation.
I don't know whether this witness would have the basis to know that. So sustained for now, if you can lay some.
I understand what you're asking. As you've been preparing for this case, have you been reviewing the demonstrative exhibits that the state prepared to get ready for trial?
Not all of them, and not this one. I've just seen it in court.
Okay. Did you, as the head investigator of this case, investigate Eric's whereabouts on the days of February 14th, 2022?
Yes, in the sense that Mr. Coutrodimos, the digital forensics expert that the county hired, helped us in the analysis of the phones, and he at some point told us the data that was in the phone regarding Eric's location on the 14th.
All right. So without revealing anything that Mr. Coutrodimos said, what did you learn about Eric's locations that informed how you acted in the future in your investigation?
Well, objection, Foundation. I don't know how he would know that without hearsay.
Well, it's possible that he heard it prior to being in court, and to the extent that is to inform what he did next, we can accept it not for the truth of the matter. Shall we proceed in that?
This will happen to me 100%.
Go ahead.
Just so I'm clear, you're asking if I'm aware of Eric Richins' location on February 14th,
Yes.
just based on
The whole
digital
investigation.
evidence?
Yep, and the whole investigation, whatever you did.
Your question was at least tied in some way to Mr. Coutrodimos.
Okay, we'll start with that. So based on your working with Mr. Coutrodimos, looking at the digital evidence that you went through in this case, do you have a knowledge of Eric's locations on February 14th of 2022?
Can we pause for a minute? We
Yes.
can just approach for a minute.
Oh my gosh, what is she wearing? Why has nobody from the internet reached out to her offering help? I mean, it's like, if you are in a public facing situation on a regular basis and you want people to have faith and trust in your decisions, giving off the appearance
Please.
Did
goes
you receive
a
information
long way.
from Mr. Coutrodimos
That you know
about
what you're
Eric's
doing.
locations on February 14th, 2022 that informed your investigation in any way?
I believe so. The truth is, I don't remember 100% for sure if and when I knew about location data from Eric's device throughout the investigation. I would have to go back and review reports, especially Mr. Coutrodimos' reports.
Thank you.
Can we, Your Honor,
I just don't remember.
can we see if this document refreshes your memory as to that?
This one or this
Yes. Can we go through the pages very slowly and give him a minute to see if it refreshes his recollection?
Yeah, objection, Foundations. I think we're at the same spot we started with a few minutes ago.
Well, we're showing different pages. He testified that he'd never seen the first one prior to being in court. It's unclear whether that's true for the remaining pages that the witness is being shown right now. I imagine we're about to find out.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you need us to do it again, or did you see them all?
Yeah, I saw it.
Does that refresh your recollection about Mr. Richins' locations on February 14th, or what you knew about them?
It doesn't. This demonstrative Mr. Coutrodimos created, and the first time I saw any of these slides was in the court. And like I said, he may have shared that information during our investigation. I just don't remember.
Okay, so Ms. Richins is here today on charges that she attempted to kill her husband on February 14th of 2022. Is that right? One of the charges.
I believe so, yes.
And you're the head investigator of this case.
Yes.
Did you take any steps to confirm or deny Mr. Richins' movements on the day of February 14th of 2022 when he was allegedly attempted, a murder was attempted on his life?
Our team did. We hired an expert in digital forensics.
So what do you know about his locations on that day?
That's what I'm saying. What I know and what I remember are probably two different things. What I knew at some point throughout the investigation is that Mr. Coutrodimos probably found whatever location data was available on his phone and shared that with investigators. I just don't remember the contents of what those said.
So as you sit here right now under oath in a homicide trial, you cannot tell this jury what Mr. Richins did on the day he was allegedly attempted to be murdered. You can't tell him. That's
Foundation. Your Honor, the question is, you can't.
Do you see her face? She's like,
There's no foundation for that.
Your Honor, that's not the question I asked.
No, I'm sorry. Counsel, just ask a more precise question? And if it needs to be three
I mean,
precise
that's what I'm
questions,
saying.
Thank you, I
Like,
will.
the foundation objection
stop with
You
The-
cannot say under oath
horrible.
what your investigation showed about where Mr. Richins was on the day that someone apparently attempted to murder him.
I could after a 2-minute conversation with the digital forensics expert that we hired because I just don't retain that information well.
So you don't know.
I don't remember.
You don't know right now, and we're in trial right now. Do you know right now?
Objection. Your Honor. Student answer.
I'll
That
withdraw.
one was a little argumentative. This thing.
I'll withdraw. Speaking of that, were you ever able to confirm or track Mr. Richins and place him? Did you ever check and see if he ever went to the house in Midway on his geolocation? Did you ever ask anyone to do that?
Objection. Foundation. When?
I can ask him if he asked anyone to do it.
Well, that's a different question. So the question you just asked was very broad as to time frame. Foundation objection is sustained, but please ask a more precise question.
Did you ever ask an expert, hey, can you see if Eric Richins ever went to the Midway house where Carmen allegedly left drugs in a fire pit?
So I was the lead investigator on the case. I was not the only one making decisions. I am aware that someone in our investigative team directed Mr. Courtroom to look into Eric's location from his device. Yes.
Are you able to tell this jury if Eric Richins was anywhere near the Midway house around the time that Ms. Lauber claims she left drugs there?
That's a broad date range. So I don't know. I don't have that data in front of me.
Okay. All right. Is it true that through all your interviews with Carmen and your attempts to corroborate what she was telling you, at least one of the times that Carmen allegedly purchased drugs from Mr. Crozier and brought them to Kouri was after Eric was dead?
Her testimony was not that. She didn't remember it that way. We found digital evidence that suggested that.
So after Eric died, is your understanding that there's still drug dealing going on between Kouri and Ms. Lauber?
I am aware that Ms. Lauber conducted a similar transaction 2 ones prior to Eric's death, after his death with Ms. Richins.
On that, that's the occasion, I believe, and you were here, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but that's the occasion where Ms. Lauber claims that Kouri had to write her a check, right?
Yes.
And the check was written out on the Kouri Richins Realty checkbook, right? As you recall from your investigation.
Yeah, I believe it was K. Richins' realty check.
Did you do any corroboration or investigation into whether or not Carmen Lauber did actual work for Kouri Richins Realty that week?
Yeah, I mean, we talked to Carmen about her relationship with Kouri in all ways. And she said she had done some work for Kouri in several different capacities. As far as that week, I don't know that we ever got into those details.
That was the week that they were about to close on the Midway Mansion. Is that correct?
What date are you referring to?
The date that, oh, I'm sorry, strike that.
At
That's
least
fair.
you admit.
The week before she got the check is the week that the Midway Mansion closing allegedly happened, right? Right after Eric's death.
Your Honor, objection. The air quotes, this is testifying.
The air quotes were for the Midway Mansion. That's why I did that.
I understand.
That's what I call it. But for the house on Legacy Drive, I won't do that again. The house on Legacy Drive.
Sorry, can you restate the whole question? I've forgotten it already.
The house on Legacy Drive had closed in between Eric's death and when Ms. Lauber allegedly got this check, correct?
Between Eric's death and when she got the check?
Right.
As far as my understanding, yes.
Did you ever talk to the realtor and say, hey, did Carmen Lauber clean up that house the week before it closed?
Which realtor?
The realtor for the Legacy house.
I'm not aware who that is.
You don't even know who was selling that house?
No.
So I guess the answer is no. You never made any attempt to corroborate whether Carmen did work that week.
I don't know that the realtor would know the answer to that question, but I never talked to them.
Okay. And speaking of the Midway Mansion closing, we've had some testimony here about some closing documents that were signed and dated either the day after Eric died or a couple of days after Eric died. Did you hear that testimony?
I believe so, yeah.
Did you ever go to the people that conducted the closing and confirm whether Kouri was present at that closing in person?
No.
Are you aware that you can do closings on houses without being present in person?
I know nothing about realty.
Okay, well,
Why didn't I know this?
pass on that. Did you ever do any determination as to whether those documents were signed through what's called DocuSign electronically?
I'm sorry, can you say the question again?
The closing documents for the legacy property, did you ever do any confirmation or investigation into whether those documents were signed via DocuSign or electronically without being with a wet signature and a pen?
The investigation into the signing on the house and the other financial documents, I wasn't a part of. That was through the prosecution's office's investigator and their experts, their forensic accountants. I wasn't really part of that.
As lead investigator, you can't testify that that was ever done here today.
I can't. I have no knowledge of it.
Okay. You did, you were involved in at least 8 of the 10 search warrants that were issued on this house? Because I think the first 2 were Detective
What do you
Woody.
mean by involved?
You were lead investigator once those warrants were being executed? I think the first 2 were Woody, so I don't want to credit those.
The title of lead investigator doesn't necessarily mean what
She's-
I did in those
she's
circumstances.
actually,
I would ask you to be a little more specific about what you're asking.
These
How many
last
warrants
couple
are you aware
questions.
were executed on the house, on the Richins home?
I believe around 10. I don't remember the exact number.
I still think Corey's
And in
guilty,
10
but
different times of searching,
she's
was there ever any fentanyl
creating reasonable
recovered?
doubt. Which job?
Throughout the 10 search warrants. Anything that was recovered during those search warrants that we suspected may contain fentanyl, have traces of fentanyl, were sent to the state lab.
Okay.
We got results back from the state lab. There were some items that.
It was,
Maybe a
uh,
question.
Okay. Do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the 10 search warrants that were executed on this house, did you ever find any cups, glasses, straws that contained any traces of fentanyl on them?
Let me be clear. I wasn't present at every single time that the house was searched.
Let's wonder.
So the
Yeah.
answer is investigators on my team or investigators from the Summit County Sheriff's Office did not find cups, straws,
Who
the things
is?
you mentioned that contain fentanyl. No.
As you sit here today, can you even tell this jury the exact time that Eric Richins died?
I don't know that anybody can.
Can you tell this jury how fentanyl got inside of Eric Richins? Based on evidence, not speculation or theory, but evidence.
I know it was orally ingested.
And that's all you know, right?
That's not all I know, but I know it was orally ingested.
Well, tell us more.
To this date, have you ever recovered any of the pills that Carmen Lauber allegedly gave to Kouri Richins to test to see what they are?
That I can confirm for sure are the pills that passed from Carmen's hand to Corey's hand.
Correct.
No.
Okay. Prior to Carmen Lauber's second, third, fourth interview, there was never a warrant issued for Corey's arrest prior to that date. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, can you say the question again?
Prior to the interviews with Carmen Lauber, there was never, that was the first time you all requested an arrest. Well, let me say, because I won't say y'all. The first time there was ever a formal request to arrest Kouri Richins was after the interview with Carmen Lauber, correct?
After at least the first 3 interviews with Carmen Lauber, we had enough information that we believed met a probable cause standard for the arrest of Ms. Richins.
Okay.
We gave that information to the prosecutors and they filed charges in this case. They then requested an arrest warrant be issued from their district court. I executed that warrant by arresting Ms. Richins.
Have you ever heard
Bearded
of
man
hair
is a
follicle
murderer.
testing?
I'm just playing.
I think I've heard that term. I don't
What is
know what
it?
you're referring
What's your knowledge of it?
to. That people much smarter than me can test hair follicles for what it can tell you about the body's biology. About the
Specifically,
extent of what I know.
isn't it fair? You've been a narcotics officer for a long time.
Objection, Your Honor, relevant scope.
This
I-
is beyond the scope.
Your Honor, goes to the investigation or lack thereof.
But beyond the scope of the version, or the version of the direct examination regarding the investigation. You have other options. This is just not right now.
Okay.
At some points,
Courtney
you
Rose,
just have
a
to.
minute, Your Honor.
Of course.
You just have to create your own fun. No, that's a police officer. It's the lead investigator. Yeah.
Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, babe.
When you searched Carmen's house, did you test any pills that were found in Carmen's house?
I don't remember. That would be a better question for Ms. Gibson. She handled all the evidence recovered from that search.
You were aware through your investigation that shortly before Eric's death, he was on a hunting trip in Mexico. Is that right?
Yes.
And the very last thing Eric ever did that we can establish before he passed away was a Google search, right?
I don't know if that's an accurate statement, but I know that a Google search was found on Eric's phone the night he died. That was, I think it was searching directions or how far it was from Utah to Sonora, Mexico, I think.
Right.
Like
And
if
did
you
you?
had to drive, how long it would take to drive.
Okay. And did you do any investigation into where Eric went hunting when he was on his hunting trip in Mexico? Where was it?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the outfitter. Todd Rice was the contact that we had with the hunting outfit in Mexico.
But I mean, where in Mexico? Was it the Sonora area?
I think so.
Okay. Also, according to Ms. Lauber, she estimated that each time she got pills that apparently she says she gave to Kouri, there were 15 to 30 pills per transaction. Is that accurate?
Her statement.
Your Honor, the foundation is to when during interview, during testimony, during when?
Just provide a little more foundation for the question, or a little more detail for the basis of the question.
What is your understanding of how many pills were involved in each transaction that ultimately allegedly went to Kouri?
Approximate, well, total or each time?
Each time.
Each time approximately 15 to 30.
Right. And that would be a total, again, math. But if you have 30 pills times 4, that's 120 pills.
That maths for me.
And you were in the courtroom when strike that.
I got a lot to get together
Did you give Carmen rides
before
to meetings with her attorney in your car
surgery.
after
But
she agreed to cooperate with you?
We helped transport Carmen when she couldn't get somewhere. It wasn't usually my car. It was in Detective Maynard's, but yeah.
How often did you guys give Carmen rides
Excuse
places?
me.
It was only a couple times.
Did you talk to her on the phone?
Yeah.
Check in with her?
Oh, it was
Were you by
yesterday.
at her house?
We need answers, Steve.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You got to say yes because they can't type.
Right.
Okay, so what was the answer to the last question about you called her on the phone?
Yes.
You would go by and see her in person?
Well, not just like to see her, but like if we needed to get in contact with her in person for some reason, yeah, sometimes we would go to her house or her work, wherever she was at.
And this relationship or these interactions that you had with her extended from the time she agreed to cooperate with you to literally she showed up in court, right?
If you're referring to myself and Detective Maynard, yes, because Detective Maynard
Man, where you
contacts
been?
and deals with Carmen a lot more than I do.
Okay.
It's gonna be a whole thing. Like they have to remove lymph nodes. They have to
Getting
remove
close, I'm sorry. Thank you for your patience.
a bunch of nerves.
Okay. I want to talk about the Lord, if they're GIFs or GIFs, I don't know, but GIFs that have come in, those pictures of the goofy pictures that they said that Kouri accessed the morning of the 4th, right?
I'm sorry, who's they?
All right, I'll be more specific. The GIFs, you saw them come up on the screen. They were like joke GIFs, right?
I
That
thought they were gifts.
it was testified to that Kouri's phone accessed them all at the same time the morning of March 4th, morning Eric died, right?
What I understand about the gifts
That's
is
hot
that
for
there were,
now, friend.
I think, 3 different ones, and that they were somehow accessed on Kouri's device. The technical jargon of the digital forensics is whatever Mr. Cotradimus testified to.
I'm with you on that. So clearly, I would imagine as the lead investigator, if you're investigating a potential homicide, would it be important to you to look at the very last conversations that the decedent and the suspect had right before the death?
It could be part of it.
Did you do that?
I believe I did. I don't remember what the contents were, but
Katie, can you please pull up JO11? JO11? And this is only, yeah, okay. And make it a little bit bigger so that the Detective O'Driscoll can see it clearly. And take your time looking at this, and I'm going to ask you some questions about it.
So does the O'Driscoll make him Irish?
Do you recognize these texts? Keep going, Katie.
I recognize that they are from Eric's device. Yeah.
All right. And they're between whom?
Eric Richins and Kouri Richins.
And what is the date, sir? Can you blow them up,
Sorry, I'll have to
please?
zoom in.
Sorry.
March 3rd, 2022.
So this is the day, literally, his last day on earth. And it's the conversation he had with his wife, right?
That's what it looks like.
All right.
I have to
And,
look at all the timestamps to
and
give
certainly,
accurate context for that. But
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Certainly,
Hi,
you reviewed
what?
this as part of your investigation.
probably. I'm not remembering them, but
Your Honor, this,
I have not looked at every single text message on Eric's phone and on Corey's phone.
sure, but like the day he died would be a kind of an important day to check out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you
Like
recall?
I said, that's where we got the information about the hunting guide in
Okay.
Mexico. So yeah, we were looking at that information.
So then, Your Honor, may I please admit this as Defense Exhibit 300? I don't even know what we're on yet. 3010. Is it 10? 3015. We're a little behind. Thank you, Ms. Brittany. I appreciate that. We move to admit it.
Well, objection, foundation, or authenticity. I'm also looking to maybe approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we go to the? Is this the first page, Katie?
I've been covering this every day. I just do highlights though. I think it's over. Like we're getting there. Look at this. Look at this. Glorious. Oh my God. Woman. I wonder when she last saw her kids. What's going on? Can we just like... Yeah, she's been in jail for quite some time. Like, I'm not sure if... I think the kids are with his family who hates her guts. Pardon me. So that often makes you wonder, like, have they brought the kids to see her? And I don't know. I don't know. Cool. I followed the other trial you did with the baby. I can't think of the... Oh, Casey Anthony? Three. But that's not even like the craziest part. She went on to write a book for kids.
There will likely be additional questioning of Detective O'Driscoll tomorrow morning from both the defense and the state. That additional questioning we do not have time for today. So we'll be recessing for the day between now and tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. As always, please don't talk about the case with anyone. Please do not allow anyone to talk about it with you. Please do not read, watch, or listen to any coverage of the case. Please do not do any research about the case. Please travel safe.
All right, Father.
The whole book thing, sending the police department
Folks, have a seat.
that book with that note.
Anything else on the record today, Mr. Bloodworth?
No, Your Honor.
Is Nestor.
No, Your Honor.
Detective, I need you to be back here at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Agreed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be in recess until 8:30.
Peace. Okay. So the fact that she ended up writing a children's book about grief with kids who've lost a parent. That, I mean, she's ballsy little lady. But as the judge said, that's it for today, folks. And I'm like itching to get out of here. And by here, I mean like the seat. So I am going to shut down for the night and we can begin our chats tomorrow. And jeez. I just love him because he always sticks up for the woman. Oh gosh, you guys make me laugh. And there's been little of that recently, so I appreciate it. And I admire you guys and I appreciate you all. So I know you could have been a whole bunch of different places tonight. So it means a lot that you decided to spend some time here with me. Please make sure to drop a comment if you are watching on replay. Hit the like button and triple, quadruple check that you are subscribed. And I will be back tomorrow, normal time, between 4 and 4:30. And we will start off there. Have a great rest of your evening. And I'll see y'all in like less than 24 hours. Thank you. And thank you, mods. Bye, y'all.